Yep, can't hear. No, still can't hear anything. Hello, hello, hello. No, there's nothing. You getting anything, Paul? No, I'm not getting anything.
Getting nothing. Sorry, Josie.
Is this one plugged in?
Yep.
What are these? What are those two male bits?
Who's your new ruckman, mate?
Hamish Everett
From?
Rokewood. Central Highlands League.
Ah. We'll ask you about him. He's only new today, isn't he?
Yeah, he's played for us.
Ah.
Because we lost Josh for the year. Ruckman captain, so
Okay.
didn't need a ruckman.
Yep. Yeah. He's done it. He's out for the year, is he? Or?
We'll see.
Ah.
And welcome everyone to the round 11 RDFL match of the round here at Riddell Reserve between the Riddell Bombers and Woodend+Hesket Hawks. You have myself, Tony White, and Paul Turner. You're welcome back from your holiday, mate.
No holiday, mate. Work stands in the way of no one, I tell you.
That's good to have you back, mate. You'll be nice and refreshed for a big game today.
Yeah, no, exciting game. A few injuries. Going to be... I tipped the Hawks, but looking at the changes on the board there, I think we might change it over and go back to the Bombers. Every time we've seen them, they've played a good brand of footy here.
They have. And speaking of that, we have the Riddell coach with us, Justin Belleville. How are you, Justin?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries. Obviously, coming off a big win last week against the Western Rams, you know, you've really started to turn your season around. You know, it was a very start to the season, but seems to be like you're back on track.
Oh, we're working towards it. Yeah, we've still got a fair way to go to match it with the top couple of teams, which is Woodend's one of them. So, but we're a work in progress. So.
Yeah. Every game we've watched this season, Cal Williamson's just been dynamic. You can't ask for anything more from him.
He's a super footballer. He's pretty important to the way we do things. So yeah.
And same with the Tarks brothers. We all can't go past, especially Dylan. The first game we saw him against Masson, he was sensational. I know he was out for a little bit of an injury. Today, slippery ground. You expect a lot from Dylan out of the middle, particularly with no ruckman, or a new ruckman, I should say.
No, we have a ruckman, Hamish Everett. So first game today. So be excited to see how he goes. I think he'll perform well. He looks like a real competitor. So
tell us a little bit about him. You got him from Rokewood. Is that correct? Up in the Central Highlands League.
Central Highlands League. Yeah. So. Yeah, we'll see how he goes.
So how did he end up here?
There's always football's about networking, isn't it? So
it's not that famous Riddell checkbook.
I wouldn't have thought so. There's no money up here, mate. All the players past took all the money.
No, fair enough. Look, it's a really important day for the football club today to see where you sat. They tickled you up pretty well in the wet on Good Friday.
Yep.
But it looked as atrocious conditions, and you went in a fairly small side compared to on that day, and they still got you. So it'd be a bit of a concern today. It's dry, and the big bodies from Woodend, especially Timmy Martin and co. But they're without Pound. They've got and Daniel Davey, their big full forwards out, so they don't have a lot of goal kicking avenues at the moment, except their smalls. Dan Toman, something you've got to watch as well. You got a bit of work. Are you going to tag, or what's the lines for him?
We'll see how it plays out. He's a special player, especially in this league. He does set him up into middle and around the stoppages. So we'll always back our midfield against most. So
yeah. So speaking of that, your midfield, Tommy Alkermade's coming off the RDFL Player of the Round last week. Yeah. Massive game. You got Cal Williamson already spoke about, Dylan Tarkson. Like, you've got your midfield bulls in there as well.
100%. It's a credit to them how hard they worked. It's no surprise to me that they're have the seasons they're having. Getting Dill back, he missed a lot of footy, but Tommy's been super. Cal, all the blokes that run through there. It's no surprise they're playing good. They work their ass off. So
your swingman Sugar, where's he playing? Forward or back today? Where you got him? Sonigan for everyone. That is Ben Sonigan.
Benny Sonigan. Nah, he'll start back, but that just each quarter that changes. It doesn't change the way he plays.
Yeah, and Panuccio, dangerous forward, always. Gisborne.
He's out today.
He's out today, is he?
Yep.
Now there's one cross through the lines. But look, we're really looking forward to this. This is we've had Rockbank the last few weeks, and we watched Wallen last week, and we're really looking forward to see how he's going today. Great opportunity for us to square the ledger against Woodend. I mean, you're all going to be in the finals.
We hope so.
We hope so. Well,
keep working hard.
We don't ever have finals without Riddell being in them. So we're really looking forward to see how you go. Good luck.
Great, thank you.
And all the best for the day, and we hope to see a nice close contest. And just for everybody, the Woodend have had a win in the second, so Woodend 5-7-37, Riddell 4-2-26. Good luck, Jace.
Great.
And we'll see you around, mate.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So Riddell also today have got their Ladies' Day on, so it's a big day for the club as well here.
That's true.
This evening, Woodend have their reverse raffle on, so they'll be looking to celebrate a function with a big win. There's always a big difference going into a function with a win rather than coming off a loss. So.
Yeah, you're on the books for a couple of these clubs while they're promoting all the stuff for them, eh?
I love local sport. We've spoken this before, so as much money as we can get into these local clubs, it's better for everyone, I reckon.
So you better save your voice. You've got to call basketball tonight, but we still want your A-grade effort tonight.
RDFL always gets my best A-grade, so don't worry about that.
And probably one of the most exciting things is we got Sideshow Bob today.
We do.
He's our favourite umpire in the RDFL.
For our loyal listeners, we had a brief chat with him before the game, and we have teed him up for an interview before the end of the season, so cannot wait for that. And we've found out a little bit more about the man as well. His real name's Darren Quirk. Quirky by name, quirky by nature. He's told me he's traced his name back over 1,000 years and comes from Scandinavia, Norway.
So he's a Ragnar Lothrock.
I don't know if he's quite. I don't think he's quite Ragnar, but he's very, very nice man. So we look forward to getting him on towards the end of the season.
We have a lot of fun with him. We do, and the umpires do a great job. And we really look forward to this one. Woodend themselves, they've got a couple of injuries. They're without some really key players. And the last time we saw them play, Daniel Davey up forward was a big instrumental player for them.
Yeah.
So
Sam Medlin as well was huge.
Yeah.
Sam Medlin was huge in that game against Romsey. So that's another big out as well. So.
Yep.
So from our representative from Woodend today, we've got Riley Patterson. How you going, mate?
Good boys. How you going?
Well done. Thanks for joining. Well, you didn't come voluntarily. He was shafted, is the correct phrase, and all his teammates dobbed him in. So here he is, and look, welcome, and thanks very much for joining us. Go through your side. There's a few changes. You can see our board there's got lots of text and marks after last week's game.
Yes, there's a good permanent marker in there.
We know a few of the boys have gone on an overseas trip. So someone said Daniel Davies gone over with
Ethan Mins.
With Ethan overseas.
Yep.
So that's a big loss for you. But today, like you knocked over Riddell quite comfortably in round 1, round 3 in Good Friday game. But you didn't have Timmy Martin playing that day, and Big Timmy's probably the best ruckman in the competition by a fair way at the moment. He's so strong and big.
And Josh Grabban coming out for those boys for the year, obviously sad for him. But
he's done his knee by the sound of it. We hear whispers it might be for the year, but he's going to do everything he can to come back. They've got a new ruckman in today, which will be interesting. First game for him as well. So forward power without Daniel down there. What's the where are the goals coming from?
Big Tom Gawthrop steps back in today. He's our captain, so he'll play a big role there. But I feel like we've got a bit of depth in our midfield. They sneak forward and kick a few goals for us. So
we're really impressed with young Toby Duff-Tyler last time. He's a terrific young player. Very different than his old man, who's a big, tall, lanky ruckman. But young Tobes out in the wing and that. He's a really good player and a good link player for you. So looking forward to that too. Couple of new players. We haven't seen Frank. How did he pronounce his?
Fazzolari.
Fazzolari. Haven't seen him before.
He's just returned from his Europe trip, looking nice and tan. So
Europe kills us, but good luck to them if they've got the opportunity to go to Europe after the Gisborne and all the Masson Rangers winters. So, you got a big draw tonight at the club too. So it's a great opportunity.
Got our last man standing after this.
Yeah. So.
Are you a chance to be the last man, you reckon?
I've got a couple of tickets. Hopefully I can win the 10 grand because I could use it.
So, no, it's a really big opportunity for you. And look, last week, was it against, you played Diggers last week?
Diggers last week, yeah.
Yeah, and you got rolled, which is...
We did, yeah.
Are they that much better, Diggers, you think, or on a dry day, you reckon you'll get them on the big ground?
They are very good. They're well structured. Anyone's beatable on the right day, I guess, but in saying that, I think we worked out we've got about 15 of our senior side out today, so... But that's probably across the board in the league. Everyone's got their players out.
There's a huge amount of injuries this time of year.
If we can get a few of those back, then who knows, mate? Anything can happen.
Yeah, well, look, we're really looking forward to the midfield battle today. Obviously, we mentioned Timmy Martin, out and out, probably the best ruckman in this league so far. Yeah. But you've got Dan Toman versus Dylan Tarkson.
Dan Toman in the middle. He's probably the best midfielder in the competition.
We got Tommy Alcamade for them guys. We got you guys. We got Asiri in there. We mentioned Duff Tyler. He played so well against Romsey last time. Josh Pound kicked 4 last week. You guys still got some numbers around though.
We do. We're going all right. I think it'll probably be won and lost in the midfield today. But yeah, I think we've got a bit of grunt in there, and Marto and Toei link up pretty well, so hopefully they can get the ball going.
Yeah, and then you also got the twos. They're going really well this season, so the depth in the club is really, really big.
It is good. We obviously pinched a few from them today, seeing as we got a lot injured. But yeah, once we get some of our players back, they'll get some more depth and hopefully go well in the finals.
It's really good to see Woodend up there this year. You've been mid-tracking for a lot of years.
It's been a long time coming.
And to see the club up and going, and really, look, the best 2 teams at the moment, let's be honest, are Woodend and Diggers. Not just by ladder position, but what we've also seen and by stats. So it's all lining up for a really good, successful season for you. Good luck. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me, John.
Yeah, no worries.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Thanks.
So what's your tip today, old mate?
Well, again, I was a bit like you. I had Woodend by... Look, I didn't have him by a lot. I had him by 4 goals. I think Riddle's really starting to turn the corner.
Yep.
And now with these outs, look, this could go any way. So you can't change your tip. So I'm going to stick with Woodend, but I'm going to bring it back down to about 6 to 7 points.
Yeah, I did Woodend by 35, thinking didn't know Dan Davies and all them weren't playing today. So yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm going to stick with the Hawks because their midfield power is just going to be a little bit too strong, I think, today. Look, I mean, the ruck power particularly. With Tim Martin, and we all know how he plays. He takes the centre tap and then just drops back into the hole, which is really going to stifle the Riddle supply in there.
Well, yeah, coming off last week, Benny said was the surprise pack, kicked 8.
Yeah.
Yes, they played Western Rams, but he's not a big man by any means of the imagination. So having Tim drop back, doesn't look like he's got a key forward to set his position off. So he might even float forward, given that they've lost the big Dan Davey.
Yeah, look, with Tommy Gawthorpe coming back into the team for the Hawks too, he actually gives them, I suppose replaces Dan Davey anyway. So really interesting game of footy. I still think the Hawks will probably get up.
Yeah.
The ground's fairly slippery out on these wings out here, but it's pretty good through the middle. Really no wind to speak of. It's got blue sky at the moment, but looking to our left, I reckon that might change. It might get a bit brisk later on.
The games we've watched Riddle this year, I've been super impressed by big Jack Reardon down the back line. He has just been floating across, being the interceptor that everyone needs, and he reads the play so well, and his foot skills coming out of the back line have really set up the rebound 50s for Riddle. So, Woodend just don't have to watch the midfield. They've got to watch the rebounding defenders from Riddle as well.
My biggest concern for the Hawks today is actually not sure where they're going to get their goals from. I mean, Tommy, yes, he's only coming back in. Sugar's going to sit on him, or Ben Sonigan is going to sit on him and play. I mean, that'll pretty much nullify that.
Well, like I said, Josh Pound's coming off 4 as well. So, and we know that their midfield can kick goals. Dan Toman can kick goals. Like they've got goals in them, but it's going to have to come from an even spread. There's not going to be that dominant forward today.
Tickled them up big time in the wet last time, and I just can't see that changing today.
Yeah, look, it's hard to know. 15 newcomers into the side, that's a massive change. No matter how good your depth is, that is a huge change, and it might take them a quarter or two to try and gel, and if you take a quarter or two off against Riddle, that can really punish you.
Well, I say this all due respect to the comments of the Woodend representative made. Every team's got a bucket load of players out at the moment, so you can't use injuries as excuses.
Yeah, 15's a lot of numbers, though. 15's a lot of numbers.
Well, footballers are prone to exaggerate. If you kick it from 35, they say it's 60. So, yeah, you sort of got to cut it in half, the truth of what comes out. And look, Riddle got their injuries as well. I mean, the big ruckman's out. And he's a force to be reckoned with, and that's for years too.
He won best on ground in the grand final last year. So,
yeah.
And he's your captain. Starts in the middle, captain, ruckman.
And when we saw them against round 1, he just dominated the centre, and I mean, the Macedon players didn't quite pick up what was going on, but he just pumped it down to Tux, and well, that connection's not there today. This is a brand new ruckman, brand new player, first player for the game for the club. So, going to be really interesting to see how he goes. I mean, yeah, he's a big, tall boy out there, Hamish Everett out there, the big fella, number 9. So. It'll be interesting to see how that goes.
And not just the fact that Grabham has the height and the jump. His hit-outs were very advantageous. They weren't just hit-outs. Like we've mentioned it over the last few weeks, where ruckmen have dominated, but actually haven't been using them to the advantage for the midfield. So that's the bit that I really think Riddell's going to miss today. So looking forward, as you mentioned, the weather today is fantastic compared to what we had this morning, in Romsey. It was misty, sideways rain. It was cold and windy. 5 minutes down the road here in Riddell's Creek, and it's sunshine's out. There's not a breath of wind, and off we go.
And that's Romsey.
Hey, come on, don't
drizzling
like
1
that.
minute, peeing down the next. So, sorry, that's Woodend's weather, and Gisborne, and everyone around here at the moment. She's been a bit wet, but other games on today. Who we got, and let's have a look at those and do some tips, and we'll have a look at the goal kickers for the year as well.
So today we've got Wallen versus Macedon at Wallen.
Yeah, no, I think Wallen will probably win that one. You saw them last week, and they've got some big players and big boys on that side, I think, and they're going okay. They're not going great, they're going okay.
Yeah, we spoke with the captain Michael Mannix last week, and before the game, and he said that they had a lot of young players come through this season, and they were the ones that were not inconsistent, but they just couldn't quite keep the intensity at that certain level all the way through the game.
So I was
and
reading
they really found it through.
Reading on their website today, they're going to have a Fowler making his debut, which is a very famous name in Wallen Football Club. So good to see the father, son, or uncles, whatever it is, the connection, and the Fowler name coming back through the club. That's really important. So.
And then the next game we got Lansfield versus Diggers. Look, I think Diggers by a fair amount. Lansfield have improved significantly this year, but every time we've watched Diggers, they're just an absolute force.
And look, they haven't lost a game yet. You would want to lose one coming in because you don't want to do that on the last day. And look, we know Diggers are a very smart footy side who aren't overly blessed with pace, but they're very smart. And they're playing in weather at the moment, and grounds at the moment suit them. When it comes dry, hard and fast, it brings the other teams back in a little bit.
Well, you could sort of reflect on last season, really. Wallen were top of the tree all the way through. Everyone thought they were that much better than the next team.
Yep.
Go out in the finals. They win 1 game out of 3 in the finals. Diggers peaked at the right time, made it through to the grand final. In the end, got touched up by Riddell, but it doesn't matter. The last September is when it's going to count. So
look, lots of good. They're very smart and older players out, and they're well coached.
Lobby's a very, very good coach, and they've got very good players on every single line.
Yeah, no, and look, good footy clubs. They're up in the seconds as well. So good. What's the next one?
And then the last game we've got is Melton Centrals and Western Rams.
Yeah, no, with Centrals we should do that one reasonably comfortably.
Look, it'd be interesting to see what the weather's like out in Centrals, because that ground, it's the grass is so short that when it gets wet, it just becomes a bit like an ice skating rink. So it'd be interesting to see how that game goes today. I wouldn't expect it to be a high-scoring event, but we watched Melton a couple of times. They've got some very, very smart players up forward. I think they're just going to be too strong today.
Darryl Bowen walking past us there. He's been putting on a few kilos, eating dim sims and hot dogs all together. It's not a good look. At his age, you've got to be careful with the heart.
The leading goal kickers for the season so far, Jack Jedwell from Romsey, he's had a few quiet weeks up forward, and we mentioned it to the Romsey representative last week. We spoke to the injured captain Nathan Blair that the other teams have worked out and they're sitting players in front of Jack Jedwell, but Romsey was still just kicking to him 3-on-1. So why aren't they lowering their eyes?
Yeah, Romsey have been a little bit disappointing, to be bluntly honest with you. They've dropped games we thought they might have been a little bit more competitive, and when they've been done by 4 or 5 goals against teams above them, and that would be concerning. Without a huge injury list, they are a good, skilled football side, but they do rely heavily on just 3 or 4 of their players. I know their coaches pulled the gear on Justin to try and give him some, direction out in the field. They've got a terrific small forward line, Jack, and they've got a big ruck advantage with the tall ruckman out there. But it's just somewhere it doesn't seem to be clicking a little bit for them, and I'm not sure what it is. I mean, but when it does click, and we've seen them play quarters of football that just blow teams away.
Yeah.
And so that they've got it in their system, they got it, but they just got to somehow find it for a 4-quarter performance. And they haven't been able to put that together yet.
Yeah, and one of the things we did mention last week when we were talking about the not lowering your eyes was they swing Jack into the midfield, which is great for their midfield, but then they lose all their forward structure. So this is going to be an interesting similar thing today. You know, we've got the big forwards out for Woodend. How's that going to affect their forward structure?
Well, we'll find out very soon because all the players are starting to get into position now. And we've got Riddell who will be kicking to, I presume. No, I reckon it's the other way the ruckman's facing. I don't know about you, unless the ruckman taps it over his head because Sonigan's gone into defence.
Jack Reardon's going to start in defence then, is he?
Yeah.
In the forward line.
Timmy Martin's facing that way, so Riddell will be going to right of screen, which is the railway into the ground. Woodend will be kicking to left of screen, and that's the township end. And we're about to go. Our umpires today, who we got, mate?
We got Stevie J. He's asked me to call him Stevie J because his last name was too hard to pronounce, he told me.
Is that the one with the ball right now?
Yeah, it's umpire Stevie J with the ball right now. Umpire Josh Wilson will be other field umpire. Boundary umpire, we have Thomas McClure, and of course our good friend Sideshow Bob,
we look forward
also
to
known as Darren
Sideshow.
Quirk.
No, he's Sideshow, mate. We'll just keep it at that. I'll let
Sideshow,
you fire away.
So, umpire Stevie J throws the ball up. Martin versus Everett. Everett wins the first tap out down. It's taken away there by Dan Toman. They've gone backwards to go forwards. It's kicked forward first by Chapman. The ball was marked on the outer wing by Miranda.
Who's Miranda, is it?
Yeah.
So he's supposed to have number 9 on, but he's carrying 23 on his back.
Miranda chips it forward. It's marked on the half forward flank. Looking for options inside.
There's not a lot of movement for them.
Chips it down further again and finds Randall Hewitt. So Randall Hewitt on the right forward flank for Woodend. Pumps it long inside 50. Over the top of Sonigan. He's able to collect the ball at ground floor. That's actually Lockie Tarkson. Ball comes out via Alcomade. Out wide to Lockie Williamson. Sends the ball inboard. It's a dangerous kick and it's turned over. Mark there taken by Bramley.
So Toman kicks it out wide. Good hit up. And that's who we got?
Riley
Ferguson. So Ferguson, he's right on the 50 as the Riddell player. And that's a bit of an optimistic distance to kick. The ball'll still be dry. He'll probably bomb it onto the goal line. Everett's gone down there, the big ruckman for Riddell to tap it through. He's kicked it high. He's got some good distance on it. It's not going to make the distance. Up they go. The ball hits the deck. Sonigan tries to get it, but they get it out through. Tommy Alziel kicks it up high, and the big ruckman down there has taken the mark, and that's Hayden Ross. Ross kicks it out wide. Good grab out there down there by Tommy Alcomade, who's been busy early.
Yeah, coming off a great game last week. Western Rams voted...
Just holding it up. The Hawks are giving them nothing. They've just pushed really all their players back down to hold it in. And that's a good hit up down there to Hayden Ross. Ross kicks out into the middle of the ground looking for Lockie Tarkson. Tarkson takes off on his right foot, kicks it long down, looking down there for Crofty. And Crofty takes a good chest mark, turns around on his right foot, kicks it long and deep, looking for another opposition, and here we go. And the Hawks are going to force it out, and he's thrown him down late. Cody Bowen's hit the deck, and the umpire's going to pay for a kick here.
Ill discipline there by Ben said. So the ball was out of bounds. He still dumped him afterwards.
Yeah,
so
they can't bomb it. Said's not very tall. They got to start putting it out in front of him and let him run on it.
Yeah, so Woodend bring the ball back in down the line, looking for Ferguson.
Good jump
behind Benny Sonigan. Too big, too strong. Read it too well. So Sonigan will take the mark.
If they're going to bomb, Sonigan's going to have a field day.
Yeah, centre wing right on the boundary line. Assesses his options. Again, there's a lot of Woodend players right down the line here. Chips it short. Is found Tommy Alcomade.
You hope. Here it is.
Yeah, it is. I've got this. I've got this sorted.
I shouldn't question you.
Alcomade just chips it back inboard. Finds Easel. Easel goes back further again to Lockie Williamson. He switches the ball right into the middle.
This is what they did against Macedon. It was really effective play for them, though. They're not afraid to switch the ball sideways.
So he's played on, runs right through the centre.
He's in trouble
here. That was Jesse Horton.
Yeah.
He's managed to click it back up, though. Jesse Horton sends the ball in forward. And a great hit. Right forward flank. And that is Nathan Croft.
Nick Bovisa, 24.
Oh, Nick Bovisa, is it? Yes, it is. So
they didn't really pay him any respect. He was there by himself for a good minute or so. Just no one wanted to pick him up.
So greater than a 45-degree angle, probably kicking from just outside 45. So he's going to take a good kick. He's coming out of the mud here. Long run in. Kicks it up to the top of the goal square, gives it plenty of height. Woodend have the numbers, but it's taken well there by Riddle.
Yeah.
Who's that? Trent Steed, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a great mark there because Woodend had all the numbers.
Poor defence for the Hawks. They just had to go the fist.
And Steed walks in and kicks the opener for the day. But Trent Steed opens the account. Riddle leading 1-6 to Woodend, yet to score. Played 4 minutes.
The Hawks, being tall, are going to have to pay these short little forwards, which is a very short forward line if you look at down there for the Bombers. Those players are going to try and push for space, and the big Hawk players, big Hawk defenders are going to have to work pretty hard and make sure they don't do it, because twice that came in then and there was no one on them.
And that's what I mentioned at the start of the game, that it doesn't give Timmy Martin a reference point to sit back in the hole. So it's really going to keep him guessing as well to make sure that he's standing in front of the right option.
If it starts getting to that way where Timmy's having no effect, he'll push the other end of the ground.
He's a very, very smart footballer as well. So, but that could work in their favour, that he won't be able to sit in front of the big key forward because they don't have one today, Riddle.
So umpires are bringing the ball back. Oh, look at Sideshow Bob's in full flight here, mate. This is sensational. Look at the speed.
Have a look at the mopper here, just bouncing gloriously.
Fantastic. I tell you, if there's a Brownlow medal for the best boundary umpire, Sideshow's going to win. Umpire's got the ball. He's going to throw it up. Up it goes. Martin taps it down, looking for Toman, but the ball hits the deck. Down there is Hamish Everett, who's just piled on top of the ball. We're going to have ball up again, right dead smack in the middle of the ground.
They're two big lumps of lads, aren't they?
Martin works in front, trying to push him away, but that's good play down there by Hamish Everett, who got the ball down. Here go the Bombers again, out through Williamson. Dances one way or the other, but he's been caught, and it's going to be a free kick to the Hawks. Deep in defence, chops it out wide, and that was Tommy Pound. Brings the ball out wide. Calling for it short is Kyle Baker. He's ignored that, and there's not a lot of options for him. He's just going to kick it down the line. And that's where he goes. Looking down there, Martin's an option, but there's big Sonic, and again, that's two big intercepting marks he's taken. And the Bombers are off by hand, and this is what they like to do, is come out wide. Out looking for Lockie Tarkson. Tarkson kicks it short, looking for Dylan Tarkson. Off he goes, Dylan. Kicks it on his right foot, but it's not a great kick, and the Hawks intercept it across half back.
So that's taken there by Tommy Pound, who goes central. The ball's marked here by Chapman. Chapman at centre half back for Woodend. Assesses his options. Very stop-start play so far. Chips it short, right on the 50 is Kyle Baker. So Baker has it, goes inboard and finds Wiseman. Wiseman back inboard again. And he's found Duff Tyler. They're just outside centre half back here. It's been a lot of possessions, haven't really gone far.
But this is where it gets dangerous. It gets 4 or 5 short kicks, and then there's turnovers.
And that's an absolute shank coming out of the back line.
Yep.
Picked up well, but immediately wrapped up there.
And you hate saying this at this level of football, but when we do 4 short kicks like that, the 5th one generally is a turnover.
All you're doing is increasing your chances for that bad kick, aren't you? So the ball goes up on the outer wing. Martin, Everett, no one gets the tap out. Ball comes out, but just bumping around, getting smothered off everywhere. Players jumping on top. Gets slapped back into congestion, and the ball will be out of bounds on the outer wing.
Give Everett a bit of a pat on the back here. He's worked Timmy Martin out pretty early. He's actually working in front of Timmy and making Tim try and hit over his shoulder. So you watch him here. He will try and work out in front of him. Martin's going to have the strength at this one. Punches it forward, down onto the ground. Bombers are working hard, deep in defence. Come out down through Hayden Ross, but the ball's gone out in the full, and it's going to be a free kick down there to the Hawks, and that's down to Dan Toman, who's got the ball.
One of their chief ball distributors is Toman. He always finds a good look at that.
Into the middle of the ground, and that's a good one. And that's Bramley who's got the ball for the Hawks. Kicks long. Looking down there for big Tommy Gawthorpe, and that's a great hit. Now is an early opportunity for him to stamp his authority on the game.
That was a great fat side lead too, wasn't it? There was no one out this side. Timed it perfectly.
Terms, mate. You're picking this up. Well, it's not basketball anymore.
Yeah, timed it perfectly, and the hit from Bramley was pretty good too, wasn't it?
It was.
Didn't have to break stride. Jack Reardon couldn't do anything about that at all.
Yeah, no, and he's a big boy, Gawthorpe, and this is a really important kick to get him on the board.
Yeah, and
need this.
Riley Patterson earlier in our pre-game said that it was a really big in coming back for the skipper. So
big Tom Gawthorpe comes in. That's a good-looking kick off the boot, but it's gone left and it's pushed it through. There's another behind. So Riddell lead 1-6 to Woodend. Their first score of the day is a point.
That sounded very nice coming off the boot, didn't it?
Did.
Lockie Wilson brings
good
the ball in, but it's spoiled from behind. Sonigan has the ball. Handballs it over the top to Ross. Ross spins around trouble, loses the ball. Riddell somehow get the ball back. Comes out via Ross again. Out wide. Comes into Alchemy, can't quite grab it. The ball's on in dispute on the ground. Cal Williams chases after it, but picked up by Woodend at the back. Goes out to Chapman. Chapman sends it out to the wing and finds his teammate. Comes back towards Chapman, half-back flank, takes the mark, pauses, assesses his options.
Oh, Williamson crept about 3 metres over the mark.
Goes inboard and hits Ben Toman. So Ben Toman has his first hit today.
Waxing it up with the helmet on. Ben Toman on the right foot, kicks it out wide.
They set that in hospital too.
Oh, he's taking the mark.
Strong mark there. That's Frank Fazzolari. Goes out. Comes out wide. A good mark out here by Chapman. Chapman's had a lot of it early. He's burned.
Sonigan again.
Yeah, he unfortunately burned Miranda going past.
That's his third intercept mark already.
Should have gave the handball off. Fazzolari was running straight through the midfield there.
You've got to be smart in that Woodend. They've got to lower the eyes. They're going to bomb all day. Sonigan's going to actually have a field day.
So Riddell have the ball here, comes back into Alchemade. Centre right and full back, sends it into Reardon. Reardon takes the mark, still inside the 50. They've had 3 possessions.
Sonigan is screaming for it out here, calling it wide.
He's got Tommy Eisel short, and that's where he goes. His Eisel's dropped an absolute sit uncontested.
Got time.
But it's 4-on-1 here. Eisel, he's wrapped up well there by Ferguson, but he managed to get the handball out. Goes back to
Reardon.
Horton, then goes to Reardon, jams it on the boot. Gawthorpe, no, leaves it for his teammate in Wiseman, sends it in short, as marked by Dan Toman.
So Toman's got the ball, he's about 40 metres out from goal, takes off on his right foot, kicks long down, and that's a great shot. Dan Toman, that's the first one for the day for the Hawks. And that's a leader's goal. They needed that one.
So now Woodend hit the lead with that goal, 1-1-7. Riddell to 1 straight 6. 10.5 minutes gone first quarter.
Good play.
Look, Dan Toman, how smart was that? Look, took the extra 5 metres and just went bang.
You feel for Tommy Easy. He slipped over at a really inopportune moment, and that took the run out of it because they were all pushing up, looking for a spot to go. He slipped over, Hawks intercept, and then back they come.
But even that in the call, we said there was still 3-on-1, and they still didn't work it out.
No, that's unusual because they use their defence. Look, they're brave, they're switching, they're going to make some mistakes in the cross, but you would rather them have a go at it than not do it all and just play predictable footy down the line. So
a huge effort there by Riley Ferguson. He was the 1-on-3, and he caused the stoppage. Goes
the game. Everett wins this one. Taps it down. Croft's there to the ball. Got the Toman in. Good head by his hands. Hawks are fighting hard on the bottom of the pack there. Worker was a free kick out to Ben Toman, who copped one high. He's got the helmet on. He's obviously had a few head knocks.
He's got the helmet and the pink boots. That's nice and easy to spot, isn't it? He's done well for the Commoners.
Kicks it out wide. Looking out for big Timmy Martin, who's pushed down forward. Takes off like a big old draft horse. Hits it in short and looking down there for Frank Pezzolari, isn't it? On his right. Got the hands. Oh, it's a head-high tackle, umpire. You've got to pay that one in the ears. And it's a free kick to the Hawks in front of the goals, in front of the scoreboard.
Umpire Josh Wilson right on the spot there. Nice chip in. And he has found Josh Pound.
Hawks with the ball.
So Pound right in front of us in the scoreboard here, deep in that right forward pocket. We have seen some goals kicked from here, but it's going to be an absolute ripper kick there. So Toman's, look at that, Bramley all alone.
Poor defence.
25 out, 45 to go. A great kick from Pound. That's keeping your eye on the game there. So Bramley going back. He's probably had 4 or 5 disposals already this quarter. He's providing we wonder where the forward targets were coming from Woodend. He's definitely been one of them. On the runway now. Gets on the trot, the stutter step. Oh, he's poked at it.
And has kicked it.
He's absolutely nailed it. Great kick there. So that's Dean Bramley's first. Woodend 2-1-13. Leading Riddell 1 straight 6.
Got to be a bit tighter in defence. The Bombers for that one. Absolutely. So they can't give him that much room.
Hamish Everett's come off for a rest. replaced by Nathan Mills here for Riddle. So look,
big job for Mills here against Martin in the middle.
There's a huge height difference here. This is Timmy Martin's licking his lips as he sees Mills run towards him.
If you were the Riddle players, you'd be setting up for a
it'd be a defensive setup mindset.
So
sure.
Toman's sitting behind there. I mean, Tarkston's gone out to him now to see that, but yeah, you got to set up for here now for an obvious win, or not an obvious win, but a probable win here to Timmy Martin. Umpire throws it up. Martin just punches it forward to the Hawks' advantage there. Toman's been held without the foot. He didn't get the free kick. Stacks on the mill. They're trying to get it out by hand here, and it's going to be another ball up right on the end of the cricket pitch on the goal side for the Hawks.
Making it a bit hard having Ben and Dan Toman in the midfield, isn't it? He's going to call Toman all day long.
That is. Martin again just tips it down, goes out down towards Wiseman, who got out, but the Bombers have got it out and just bang it into the forward line. Now they've got an opportunity. Dances around on his right foot. He's Shaw, kicks it up and hits a target, and that's a good hit. Down to Crofty. Nathan Croft, and he'll have a shot. He's about 40 out.
Oh, can you see that 50-metre line? He's one step inside.
45 out. No point being a smart aleck.
I love buying real estate off you, mate.
Oh, look.
I'll take you to the cleaners every day. Oh,
Crofty's gone
well
short
done.
And hit up, but that's a great hit. That's a very good hit.
Strong hands too. Very, very strong hands.
So the
Ben
Bombers
said.
So that could be nearly 50 here. He's just tried to kick it off, but Benny said, he's a smart forward play to Sunbury. He's been around a bit, Benny. So there's an opportunity for him. Now I'll say it's about 35 out. Are you happy with that? Honestly, you're a hard man to please. 35 out. Ben said they need this one, the Bombers, just to keep them in touch. They're only 7 points down.
Yeah, Woodend had all the play the last 5 minutes of this game.
And it's important they take these opportunities. And this is where they'd be kicking them from train after training, right in front of the social club, right in front of the coach's box. You don't miss when the coach is watching. Now I've mozzed him, it'll go out in the full.
In comes Said. Kick Said, bang, straight over the goal umpire's hat, and celebrates as well. Betty Said gets his first for the day, coming off 8 last week. Definitely knows where the big 6 are. So that now takes them to 1 point behind. 2 straight 12 Riddle, trailing Woodend 2-1-13. And look, we did say, Paul, they needed that there. They needed that because the last 5 minutes has all been Woodend.
Yep. It's a good game for still Woodend dominance in the middle of the ground. We all thought that would happen, but they're not clearing it like we thought with the 2 Tomans and Tim Martin in there. They're not getting the ball out. Williamson and Tarkston's and that are nullifying it all and giving him an opportunity.
Yeah, well, look, we were very looking forward to the midfield battle today, weren't we? With it just balls everywhere. So Mills versus Martin again. Umpire Wilson has the ball. Throws it up. Both go early. Martin wins the tap out down to the wing. Ball comes inside to Randall Hewitt. He loses possession. Dives back on top and is wrapped up immediately. Umpire going to pay it? No, he's not.
So one mistake that the Hawk midfielders are doing.
Tommy Alcomade's a bit angry this early in the morning.
When Tim Martin hits the ball and hits it clear, they're actually running back into the contest. They've got to start pushing the ball, turning around, going back out.
So Martin wins the tap out down. Wrapped up immediately. Ball's turned over. Kicked forward by Powell. Oh, Croft goes up. Can't quite gather it. Handball's out. That comes to Travis Martin.
Croft
sends
again.
it inside to Nathan Croft. Deep in the left forward pocket here for Riddle. It'd be 35 out probably.
They're not paying him any respect because he's just pushing out the back on the contest and just sitting free in the hole.
It's also showing how smart of a footballer he is, isn't it?
Well,
lose your opponent in traffic and off you go.
His dad was a smart footballer as well, so it's in the pedigree.
So in comes Croft. Sends it on its way. It's a good-looking kick. He's hit the post. Stiff. Scores level. 2-1-13. Plays 2-1-13. 16 minutes gone.
So Chapman with the ball for the Hawks. Tossing it around his hand. Going to kick it out wide. Looking for big Timmy Martin, who goes up. Ball hits the deck. The Hawks have got the numbers with the Bombers there. He's overrun the ball. Fighting hard, and we're going to come out the back. Handball out by the Hawks, and it's taken out there by Duff Tyler, who's handed out. Now there's an opportunity. Got a free kick in the middle of the ground. No, on his knees is Dan Toman, fighting hard. Bangs it out wide. The Bombers are going to get the clearance here out through big Nathan Mills. Pops out of front of Crofty again, who's got all the time in the world today. So overruns the ball, spills out, but they've just got to force it out. That's Duff Tyler who's got the ball and has been well tackled. And Ping for holding the ball. There's an opportunity for the Bombers.
Great tackle, Travis Martin.
Out goes the Bomber. Good, nice short kick. This is how they've been coming into their goals. Trent Steed's got the ball. plays on, takes on his right foot, kicks it up high, looking for a big pack mark in the front, but it's too good and too big out the back. Are the Hawks down there through Stapleton.
But Stapleton chips it into the right back pocket, finds his teammate, pushes back hard, chips it over the top again, didn't quite make the distance. Dan Toman has to hurry a handball on, goes towards Baker, who's taken out of bounds, and the ball will be thrown in just inside the 50 for Riddles Creek. So 16 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 2-1-13.
Nice even game. No one's really had ascendancy on this so far.
I think our electronic scoreboard's here incorrect, but we think it's 2-1-13 apiece. Ball slapped forward. Croft can't pick it up for Riddle. Ball's kicked inboard. That's Eisel. Switches. A great switch there outside. But unlucky. Croft couldn't quite pick it up. Picked up there well by
Good
Wiseman,
tackle.
who's wrapped up immediately. Ball spills out, still inside the field of play, and umpire Stevie J will ball it up.
So there's
right
one thing
forward
Justin
pocket.
Bell will be through. The forward pressure at both ends has been enormous. The small forwards are working really, really hard. So Dylan Tarks has got his hand up for the ruck contest. You're going to be a bit outside here, Dylan. Up he goes. Martin just taps it out wide to the boundary, trying to get a quick clearance. Ball's just good tackle from Tarkston, and we're going to ball it up again. They really do need to clear this out with a big punch here, the Hawks. There's a nice wall of bombers set up here across the half-forward line. Up it goes. Martin just pushes them out the way. In there goes Everett, and he's going to get another ball up. We're going to do it all again. As usual when I call it, it's stoppage after stoppage. Umpire's got it again, throws it up. Martin versus Tarkson. Martin wins that again, and it's just another. They've got to get. He'll pay a free kick in a minute. This is what happens here. They'll get it out with a free kick. That's 4 stoppages in a row, and we haven't moved. Up it goes one more time, and I quit after this one. Martin just punches it out wide down to Toman. Gets it on the left foot of the Hawks. Down there through Miranda. Ball hits the deck. They're fighting hard in the bottom of the pack there. And they're going to have another ball. Oh, he's got him in airlock and just thrown him out, and he's not real happy about the Hawks player, and I don't really blame him. And that was Crofty who was up, and he can upset the best of them, Crofty. Up comes, umpire's got the ball again, right in front of the Riddles coach's box, throws it up. Martin just slaps it out towards the boundary line, looking down there for Everett, pushing hard. Toman's in the bottom of the pack. He's copped one right from the middle of the back. The umpire's not going to pay that, and we're going to ball it all up again.
So umpire Stevie J, right in front of the coach's box. Martin versus Mills. Martin smashes it forward, Mills spikes it back. Picked up by Lockie Williamson, his ball's dispossessed. Toman goes in, he's pushed out of the ball. Ball's just getting all on top here. Massive, huge tackle there. So these bodies are going to be sore at quarter time already. So we're moving slightly up towards the centre wing. Mills versus Martin again. Martin goes to ground, can't quite get the ball away. Bramley runs in, he falls over. Ball spills out the back towards Mills. He puts his head over it, can't pick it up. Williamson's on the bottom of that pack, and Dan Toman's wrapped him up so he can't go anywhere either.
Yeah, all year we've seen some scrappy moments of play. The last 5 minutes has been horrendous.
And big Hamish Everett's trying to get back on the field too, and he just can't because the play's right here. So Martin versus Mills again. Martin works away around Mills, taps it straight down to the ground, but it's just a wall of players.
Free kick there,
no. Umpire Stevie J says, I'll have it. I'm getting me lots of practice in today. Won't have to go to training on Thursday.
No, they've got to get a free kick here and start moving this ball around. He'll pick one out in a sec. Up it goes. Martin pushes him out of the way, takes it out of the ruck and bangs on in his boot down towards centre wing, where there's a good contest, but the Bombers have got the numbers here, trying to play on and get through the package of the Bomber plays, but it's been well intercepted by the Woodend player down there in Harry not Harry Sloss. I've got
Frank
the wrong
Fazzolari.
one. Frank Fazzolari, and I'm going to kill me that name all day.
That's a great name to say, isn't it? Oh, he's getting up ginger too.
Yeah, you just saw. He's holding the back of a hamstring there. I hope he hasn't done one.
So Martin wins it down, comes out to Wiseman, jams it on the outside of his boot, sends it forward. The contest is on here, smothered well there by Lockie Williamson. Goes back, picks up the ball. Eisel tries the handball, it's intercepted there by Josh Pound. Ball goes straight back in. Alchemade is wrapped up by Pound, so the ball will be thrown up left half forward flank for Woodend.
Lots of forward pressure, and that's what you want to see from your forwards. Up it goes. Ball hits down Hit down there by the big ruckman in Everett, and they're going to force it out wide. No, on his left foot, brings it back in. It's all Woodend here at the moment, and he picks up the ball. Good hands off there, down there by Tommy Pound, out down towards Fazolari, my favourite name now. I like him. Oh, he's copped a high tackle there, but didn't get paid. And out comes Williamson, and the Bombers are going to run this out by hand now. Out to Ollie Powell. Ball comes out wide, and they're just going to be played patient footy. Down there to Hayden Ross, who chips it out wide, looking for Sonigan. Sonigan kicks it down, looking for Everett again. Everett's got the ball on his right foot, kicks it up high, looking for a marking Everett, and that's Tarkson, who's in the middle of the bottom of that pack. And he picks up the ball.
Didn't Tarkson read the fly of that ball well? He was stuck behind. He was the first one to read it off the boot.
And as you say, I can't judge real estate, and I can just see the 50 arc here. I reckon 45. Now, pull me up, because I reckon I'm wrong.
He's played on, Tarkson. Looking for, but not finding Croft. Has gone over the back. Dangerous ball here. Picked up well. Ball's getting handballed around here by Riddell and Woodend. Just ball's just pinging around between hands. And it'll be a ball up, 20 out from Riddell's goal. Tarkson had more time there.
He did, and he probably should have had a ping, to be really honest with you. Up it goes. Ball hits the deck. Oh, good tackle by Poveza, but it was played on. Down there, out there to Burke from Woodend. Comes around on his right foot, looking down there, and it's a good grab down there by Dumper.
The number 2, we call him.
Then there's a siren for quarter time. And that is one even quarter. That scoreboard is actually wrong. It is 2-1 a pair, because he hit the post, the Riddell play, and they haven't registered that.
And it looks like the clock stopped as well at that 16-minute 41-second mark.
So a real even quarter of footy here.
Well, look, we couldn't ask for much more.
No,
at all.
It's a bloody good contest.
Yep.
I'm not allowed to swear online, but it really is a good contest.
And it's not like one of the few of the games we've called early in the year where the contest has been just a tackle because they're not good enough to get around it. These two teams are going hard. Riddell know this is a big game for them, because if they win this, they're now entrenched in the top 4. Yep. They separate themselves out from the Romseys and the Lansfields that are coming.
Yep. And the one thing is, I mean, and neither side's worked this out. You play on this skinny side of the ground over here and towards the grandstand. It's the wettest and the slipperiest, and it's very smooth footy when they're going down through the middle. Yep. And you would think they would pick that up a little bit better, but they're all still chipping out wide, and that's Riddell's strength. Riddell love going wide, and they do it very, very well. Their transition and play is probably better than anyone in the competition when it's working. They did it against Masson and worked really well. They're doing it again today. It's working well. The only thing, sometimes 4 kicks, 5 is a turnover, and that's been the lead all year.
And this is interesting today, because when we watched Woodend against Romsey, Woodend didn't play the chip game and slow it down. They went fast, and that's what caught Romsey out. Today, they're playing a very similar game to Riddell. Yep. And again, it's almost like two teams with the exact same game plan going at each other. Yep. And it's set out for an absolute perfect contest with 2-1 apiece.
Yeah, and look, the new player for the Bombers, Hamish Everett, he's going very, very well in the middle against Big Tim Martin. Tim Martin's been neutralised. I mean, he's winning some of the contests, but they're not clearing it.
Yeah. And we mentioned earlier in the pre-game about Josh Grabham, how good he was at making use of his hit-outs to advantage. Whereas Martin today, yes, he's winning it, but it's just going straight back to the ground where the bunch of players are.
What Timmy Martin, and Tim should know this, he's been around a long time, has got to do. If you're going to clear the ball, no point clearing it a metre or 2 away from you, because it's just going back into a contest. He's got the strength, just bang it out wide.
He had a few swipes at it there, but didn't quite time his
But what's happening, the wingmen are coming in and getting it. Instead of getting it and slicing out through or starting on the defensive side and running towards their attacking side, he's running straight in. As soon as he's running straight into a back. So they need to address that. That's easily addressed. That's just positioning at the start of the contest. Riddell boys are doing really well in the middle. Tarkson and Co, as we knew they would.
And Croft up forward. Like how smart he was. He was leading his player into the contest, ducking out the back, and was found by himself.
And would end up paying him no respect. Yep. They're just letting him push up and then push back. Look, they call it fish hook footy. You start up high, you push back, and you just turn around, push down, and then you curl back up like a fish hook. And that's what he's doing, and he's getting plenty of the football. Unfortunately, he's starting to push it away. When you fish hook back to the middle. You don't fish hook back out to a boundary line, and that's what he's been doing. But that's easily fixed too. It's only positioning. They've got no big forward, but they're doing their smalls. Him and Said will cause a lot of grief. If they're not going to man them up, they're going to cut them to bits.
Yeah, and just on that, we'll quickly go through the goal kickers. So Riddell's Creek, Ben Said's got one. Trent Steed, beautiful goal to open the game. Beautiful mark, led to the top of the goal square. And then for Woodend, Dean Bramley to kick one and Dan Toman to kick one.
Yep, that's correct.
So, look, you can't really split the best players because the ball has just been as a contest. So
I couldn't tell you the best players are at the moment.
There's been no
the most
standout.
Influential players, I'd have to say, well, you go through the Riddle side, Crofty's been influential because he's getting out by himself and creating havoc. Sonigan, 3 intercept marks. I mean, AFL 10's a record. Yeah. He's got 3 already. He could be 12 with the day. If Woodend are going to bomb, Sonigan's going to have a field day because Tommy Gawthorpe's not that fit. That's why he came off. They're going to try and get 4 quarters out of a guy who hasn't played much footy. So Ben's just going to, and Ben's really smart and reads the ball really well. He's just going to sweep.
Yeah, towards the back end of that quarter, Woodend really did start lowering their eyes to find that the other option rather than bombing to Sonigan. Basically, they weren't bombing it to their teammate; they were bombing it to Sonigan.
Yeah,
because
and Sonigan knows, and he's prepared to leave Gawthorpe alone and just come out because
he reads the play so well.
Yeah, Tommy's not that quick, so if Benny thinks he can get there and make the contest, he will. And Tommy Gawthorpe's just going to he just sort of plobs around the half forward line, the full forward line. He's not pushing up. When he did push up, he created an option, a good option. So, look, all in all, just a really even quarter. You head over to the Hawks. I mean, Timmy Martin's had a few out of the corner, out of the middle of the ground, but hasn't been overly dominating. Dan Toman, as usual, has got plenty of the football, and so's his brother, Josh. His brother Ben, with the helmet and the pink boots. We should find him pretty easy all day. He's been really good too. So, just a good even quarter of footy. We all start again, everything's square, and the scoreboard's now had a heart attack on us, so that's really going to make things interesting for us for the day. I hope they fix that because it's going to be interesting. And we'll see how we go.
Yeah, look, Woodend's been held in here for a very, very long speech from Josh
Pound. Very
Pound.
unhappy coach there.
Pound, he did well when he was out there as well, provided that other option, but. Yep. Again, he obviously had a lot to say to his players there because Riddle have been out for a couple of minutes now waiting. So, not that it matters because we've still got half the crowd on the field. So, it's not going to make a huge difference about delaying the game at all. But, if this is the next 3 quarters are similar to the first quarter, we're in for an absolute cracker.
Got a bit to talk about the Hawks then because their structure was wrong. And they can fix that up. I mean, when they went forward, they looked a little bit smoother than what the Bombers did, but as they didn't show Crofty any respect, and that's where they got their goals from. All Benny said, just let them do what they do.
Oh, Ben said the mark he took for his Southern goal was an absolute great contested mark. For someone that little to be hit that hard and still hold on to the ball, that's a great effort for a bloke that's not vertically blessed. It's a nice way to say it.
Short.
Not vertically blessed is what I said. Let you take it, mate. Big fella, start off second quarter.
Rightio. Umpire's got the sun in his eyes, looking down there for everyone's off the field.
We still have no scoreboard yet.
No,
so
it's going to be an interesting day. We've got no scoreboard. We'll try our best, folks, to keep score. We've got it written down, but I can't guarantee I don't add up very well. Up the umpire throws it up. Tap down to Martin. Bombers are going to get a first option of the day. He overruns the ball as Alchemade. But out comes Williamson with good hands out to Tarkson. Tarkson just bombs it high. It's not what they wanted. And the Hawks are going to rebound it out there down through Narca Stapleton. With the ball, comes in short in the middle of the ground looking for Toman. Lucky. Toman with the ball, spinning his hands, looking for options. He's got a switch on here, and that's where he's going to go. Kicking it out wide, looking for Alistair Ray, and he's going to have to work really hard. Ball hits the deck, it's 2-on-1. Uses his hands, handballs it back, tries to keep it in play, but he hasn't been able to do that, and the umpire's going to throw it in.
I'll say it was very well disguised, that, by James Wiseman. So, umpire Tom McClure will throw the ball in, left forward pocket. Everett, big punch forward, but it's sharked at the back by Woodend. Quick kick out has hit Chapman. So Tyson Chapman, right on the half-back flank. Sets his options down the wing. A lot of movement, but a lot of players all contested. Goes the side of his boot too. That's a shocking kick.
Yep.
And it'll be taken by Lockie Williamson here.
Beautifully thrown back in by Darryl Bowen, the king of Woodend.
Lockie Williamson comes inside. He's not over his mark.
Hasn't lost it, Bowen, that's for sure. He's absolute skill.
So Williamson chips the ball down the line, finds Alchemade. Alchemade comes back, right in front of the Woodend bench, getting plenty of advice.
So you can't afford to bomb this because you've got no tools and they're prepared to short.
Yeah, just goes back to Lockie Williamson. Bryce Williamson, sorry, I've been calling him Lockie all day. Bryce,
a good hit.
Chips it up to his brother Cal, great mark. So he's right on the 50 here, too far out from the score.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's his home ground and he knows the distance.
Dylan Tuxton was there. He's played on. He's gone around. One bit of candy off our series. Sends it on the way to the goal square.
It's
a push out. Yeah. It'll be a Woodend free kick.
And the Hawks are going to bring it out. Comes out down to Chapman. Little short kick over there. Looking down. Oh, good hit and a good mark in the end by Randall Hewitt. Alchemade made him earn that one. Randall Hewitt, another short kick looking down there fast. Siri, ball's punched out well though. And Tommy Easel, which way are we going to say that one today?
I'm saying Eisel. It's the easiest way to say it.
Tommy Eisel punches the ball out and we're going to have it thrown up again. And then it's Big Everett against Martin. And this has been a great contest, this one. Everett just taps it down, but Toman roves it, squeezes his way through the pack, gives it out to Tommy Pound, pops up high. Bombers push the ball forward, but the Hawks have got numbers and the ball's going to work its way back out of bounds right in front of the Woodend coach's box.
Oh, Tommy Eisel again. Big double fister. Had players coming right back onto him. That's to keep your eyes on the ball. Very courageous there, Tommy. So ball's thrown in. Martin keeps his feet, jams on the boot. Smothered by Alchemade. Handball out by Williamson. Out to Horton. Horton sends it deep inside 50. It's punched away from both players there. Picked up by Stapleton. He's lost the ball, gives the handball out. Looking for Chapman, can't quite gather it, and they stacks on top. Umpire's going to say, oh, no, he's going to say holding the ball. Woodend free kick. So that'll come out via Burke. Sends it out to the right in front of the scoreboard, which is currently down.
Hawks with the footy.
Toman chips it up.
Good hit.
Oh, good hit, and good strong hands too. So Woodend take the mark on the right, left half-back flank. Assesses his options. Very stagnant football. Switches it back.
And we've got a big switch going here. Chapman's out by himself, and that's where it's going to go. So Chapman hopefully takes the mark for the Hawks and does. Pops it up high. Good grab, and they've got an opportunity out now. Down there through Wiseman, number 6. Hawks got the ball. Now's an opportunity.
Oh, Siri, well done.
Pops it out. Ball hits the deck, but it's going to favour. You don't go one hand, son. You got to go two, and that gives the Hawks the opportunity through Gawthorpe. Tommy bangs it up high, and he's nailed it.
An absolute ripper for the captain.
Well done.
And I think Jack Reardon's going to want that attempt back because you do not go out of one-hander there that deep in the pocket. So that takes Woodend out to 3-1-19, leading Riddell 2-1-13. I don't know how long we've played because
no idea.
There's no scoreboard. So
you know what? Channel 7 never have these problems.
Tell you what, if I was the captain, I'd be coming off and just saying, how good was that?
That was a terrific, and it was a great kick too. Great kick.
I'd be coming off and I'd make sure everyone told me how good I was.
And you don't want to point something out, but the Riddle boy went one-handed.
Yeah, Reardon. And we've seen him play really well so far this season, Reardon.
Sweet.
So we've seen him play really well this season, and that's unlike him to do that.
Yep.
So Martin wins the tap out, comes down to Toman, handball's back, but it's sharked by Tuxton. His ball smothered, bounces their way, out to Alchemade, chips it over, looking for and finding his teammate Nathan Croft. He changed his boots at half time.
He's been dangerous up forward.
So he'll be kicking this from right on the 50.
Yeah, no,
he's turned his back, wants nothing to do with his teammates.
Too far. Crofty, you can't kick it that far, mate.
So this is for the immediate reply. In comes Croft. Gets the stutter step going. Sends it on its way. It's a good-looking kick. He's made you look silly there, Paul.
Thanks, mate.
Nathan Croft.
Welcome to the club of making me look stupid. So,
beautiful goal there.
Yeah.
So that's his first. And that really gives him the reward that he earned from that first quarter. So scores all tied up again. 3-1-19 apiece. Instant reply.
Instant reply. Good play. And once again, they show little respect to Crofty. Little respect, and that's a bit disappointing.
Sorry about the background noise.
It's a ladies' day
here. Really enjoying themselves. Good luck to them too.
The wine and champagne is starting to kick in, so it could get a bit noisy and a bit messy. Umpire throws it up. Martin just taps it down, but no, that's actually good play down there by the big ruckman for Riddle. And here go the Bombers again. They're out by hand. Just what you wanted to see. Crofty just bangs it up high. Oh, he's pushed out instead, but they didn't see it, and they paid the free kick out to the mark to the Hawks. Switches it out wide, looking down there, 4 pound, ball hits the deck. Toman's right near him, and that's where it's going to go. No, it goes back out down to Gawthorpe. No, it's Wiseman, and out to Siri. In the middle of the ground, chops up it. Oh, they've all missed it. That was a bit of a comedy caper. Out comes the big ruckman, booms the ball down to the ground. Fighting hard in there is Oscar Bazanko, bangs it out, and it's a shuffly looking kick. Well picked up down there by Jacob Lanyon. Kicks the ball in the middle of the ground. Oh, it's got to be a free kick. You can't do that, umpire. I'm sorry to say, Hawks, you cannot drag him to the ground like that.
So Lucas Shaw.
Shaw's got the ball. Not much forward movement. If he's going to kick it out wide, and that's 3-on-1 out here, and that'll be a great mark if he can pull it off,
And
but
the
he
one,
can't.
the one was Benny said, so...
Yeah. Down there, Stapleton pops it up high, but it's a good
kick.
turnover here, and it's down to Lanyon again. Ball hits the deck, working hard as Tarkson in the middle of that to Williamson. Williamson spins out, gives it back to Dylan Tarkson on his right boot, bangs it high, and there's another one to the Bombers.
So Riddell hit the lead, 4-1, 25 to Woodend, 3-1, 19.
Good quarter for the Bombers so far, 2-1 this quarter, as I try and keep score for everyone.
Dylan Tarkson, he'd have to be right up there with the best celebrators of the league, wouldn't he?
Well,
he loves a goal.
Keeps us all entertained.
Absolutely loves a goal. So, and look, Hamish Everett, in his first game,
He's been sensational.
all he's been asked to do is
Compete.
give an effort, and that's exactly what he's done.
He does, and has been competing well. And in the middle of the Hayden Ross has been a bit of, they're paying him a fair bit of attention in the moment. There's young Arceri on him, but yeah.
Ball goes up, Martin wins it down. Toman can't pick it up, goes to Tarkson, paddles it forward, he's wrapped up without the ball,
He's
and made sure umpire Stevie J seen that too. Yeah. Tarkson chips it out for Alchemade on the wing, takes the mark in front of Tommy Pound. Alchemade goes back to Tarkson, just playing their own little kick to kick at the minute.
Yep.
So he's back in the centre square, wheels around on that right boot, sends it out wide. Oh, looking for the spoil there was Duff Tyler who missed it. It's out the back, picked up by Riddell. Sent long.
There's a free kick downfield here, I think. Yeah.
So the non-controlling umpires called it.
Yeah, no, he's actually going to bring it back. That should have been downfield. But we always love the umpires. We don't ever criticise them.
Nope.
We're not allowed to.
So
it came very clearly in an email at the start of the season.
That was against Alistair Ray, I believe. So Riddell have it on the right half forward flank. Chip inside, looking for, but not quite finding his teammate. Wrapped up. Handball comes out the back. It's been sharked there by Stapleton. Sends it out wide. Off the ground he goes again. Still trying. Hawks have got the numbers, but they can't quite pick the ball up here.
Well, they look flotty, the Hawks. That's a horrible thing to actually say to a team, do they?
And umpire Stephen Jay's called deliberate. Called deliberate, so it'll be a Riddell turnover.
Yeah. Sanko with the ball. Picks up high, but that's a good mark in the middle of the ground there. On the wing. Hawks with the ball. There's not a lot of movement. Look, there's absolutely nothing moving for him.
It's turned it over.
Turned it over. Jack
Reversal.
Understead. He's got the ball, centre wing. Oh, brings out in the middle of the ground. Looking down for Alchemade, who's got the ball, and there's a real big switch on here now out to Bryce Williamson, who's out wide. There's another short one on here at the moment. He's come to the half-forward line. Good hit up there down, looking for Oliver Powell. Powell brings up in the middle. That's a poor kick. Big Timmy Martin's in the way. He's plunking himself there across half-back. They're working hard in the bottom of the pack is Everett, who's done really well for him. Out to Croft, who just bangs it on the boot. Here's an opportunity for the Bombers. They can get a clearance here, get a clear bit of the footy, but it's not, and the Tigers are going to hold it. Oh, the Tigers, who am I going here? I'm thinking of Lansfield at the moment. The Hawks we're going to throw it up into in the forward pocket for the Bombers.
So it was a big tackle there on Lucas Shaw.
Poor kick into Timmy Martin, though. The big fellow was standing there, just hit him in.
So the ball goes up. Martin versus
That's what you want to see.
Martin taps it out into the space. Woodend have hit Jack Arceri right on the defensive 50. Arceri looks inside, there's no movement. Looks back outside, comes to the wing, looking for the Gawthorpe, gives a good spoil on Sonigan. Ball comes to the ground, great pick up there. Dan Toman put his head down, and he's wrapped up immediately in a gang tackle. Sorry, that was Dean Bramley.
Gawthorpe once off, he's injured again. He's not feeling too well.
Yeah. So umpire Stevie J has it right in front of us here at the commentary. Everett versus Martin. Martin gets front position, taps it forward, finds Alchemade, jams on the left boot. There's 2-on-1 here. It's out the back. Croft could get it. Croft versus Alistair Ray, and the ball goes out of bounds in front of Steed.
Oh, and Crofty's been put on his backside. Great performance in acting.
Yeah, there's a few of them going out there for the Oscars today.
Oh, no, that looked good.
So umpire Tommy McClure.
That was more a Logies than an Academy
Throws
award.
the ball in the left forward pocket for Riddell. Martin wins the tap out down. Finds Chapman, sends it high up in the air. Martin, good strong hands. Good contest there by Cal Williamson, but it's just too big. So Timmy Martin chips it out. Finds Tommy Pound, who's also been made to earn it there. Jesse Horton, big hit.
When he hit him then, all the air come out of his lungs and just about blew the trees over.
So Tommy Pound
it's
chips
a
it up.
bad
That's
kick.
out on the full. That's a bad
They've
turnover.
done a couple of those, the Hawks. They're a bit sloppy at the moment, the Hawks.
The big ruckman will take the kick.
He's been really, really good for him.
He is a big lump of load up close, isn't he?
So Everett's got the ball from the free kick, just bangs it up high, looking for a big grab from one of the Hawks. Oh, what a jump!
No,
He's paid it. Oh, he went and sat on the back of Timmy Martin and gave him a head massage and come down with the ball.
That is a screamer and a half.
Geez, I hope we got that on video. The cameraman lady is not acknowledging me at all. So Benny said, this has been a great goal for him, and this will put him 2 goals up. This will be the biggest lead of the game, this one.
Maybe he's telling me to shut up about being vertically challenged because he's just jumped higher than everyone.
True. You keep firing off your choppers and they'll keep making you look like a fool. That's a commentator's curse.
So in comes Said. Oh, off the side of the boot and missed absolutely everything.
That was shocking.
He's almost missed his foot there. That's how bad that kick was.
Honestly, you would have think Daryl Bowen's his kicking coach. That was terrible.
So the ball's gone out. The right forward pocket to be thrown in by Sideshow, Bob, Ragnar Lathbrock, whatever you want to call him.
Sideshow's fantastic.
Sideshow, big arm. Timmy Martin taps the ball back down, but it's just a bunch of players there just reefing at the ball, trying to get it out. Somehow comes out via Woodend.
Big torp.
And it sends it out to the outer wing. Trying to pick it up there, runs past it was Luke Burke. Spat at the back and has come out towards Riddell. Riddle with hands, comes out in the centre of the wing. Oh, it's a good interception there. Great mark.
Oh, he's played on and he's going to get pinged, but
that was
got
Randall
enough
Hewitt.
numbers. Takes a bounce in the middle of his time.
He's going to get run down if it's not quick. Sends it on its way, but it's 2-on-1. Sonigan all by himself.
That's 5 intercept marks for the game so far from Benny Sonigan. Out he comes wide, looking down for Hayden Ross. Ross has got the ball. Deep in defence for the Bombers. He's going to be brave and bring it out in the middle, looking for Williamson, who's got the ball. Kicks it out wide. They're prepared to play a brave game here, looking for Sonigan. The ball bounces up for him, puts it on his boot, just kicks it to no one. Looking for an opportunity here for the Bombers to run onto it. Oh, it's a good tackle by Toman out there on young Travis Martin. The ball hits the deck and we're going to ball it in on centre wing.
So we've got 2 Martins out there. We've got 2 Tomans. We got 2 Tarksons.
Makes it easy.
2 Williamsons.
Sideshow Bob. Oh,
only
that's
one
a fantastic throw in from him. Gee, that's impressive. Ball hits the deck. Woodend's got the numbers. By hand, they're trying to clear it, and he's just driven him straight down into the ground. But the umpire hasn't seen that, and we're going to ball it up in centre wing. Sideshow Bob is in absolutely sensational form today. Up it goes. Martin, no one gets it. They just wrestle each other to the ground. Riddle are in there trying to get it, and it's going to be balled up again. So Mills and Everett have done incredibly well against Timmy Martin. He's really had no influence on the game today.
Ball goes up again. 1 down by Everett. Wrapped up immediately there is Woodend, and then we'll have a repeat stoppage.
We're going to have a bit like we did in the first quarter, about 9 of them in a row. Up it goes.
Ball goes up again. 1 down by Martin that time. Ball's been dropped there by Ben Toman.
Oh, good.
Wrapped up immediately again. And we've moved about 2.5 metres for the 3rd stoppage.
The good thing Mills and them are doing is not when just they ruck work, they're actually working really hard on the ground and putting pressure on players.
And that was Dean Bramley getting off the bottom of the pack there. Ball goes up again. Smashed forward by Martin this time. Sport forward by Riddle. And we'll just have a repeat stoppage 10 metres towards the Woodend side of goal this time.
Look, it's good pressure. And that's all you ask for from these players. Thrown up. Martin taps it down to the advantage of the Hawks, and then we're going to have another. No, the umpire's going to pick a free kick here, and it's going to the Bombers.
He's had enough. Yeah, I don't want to throw up anymore.
It's going to Tarkson, who's getting leather poisoning this quarter. He's been absolutely sensational for him. Dylan Tarkson's got the ball. Looking down, and that's a really good hit to Ross. Got the footy. Just bangs it along, looking for a target down there, and then the Hawks have got numbers. And that's a good mark down there by Stapleton, who's going to come out wide and switch it out. Looking down here for... No, this is... who we got? Alistair Ray. Ray's got the ball. There's not a lot of movement. Toman's gone short. There's another short one coming out here. Turning, but Tommy Gawthorpe is trying to get it, and he has taken the mark.
Hands.
He came off his shot before. Whatever they're giving him, he was giving him 5-minute bursts. Must be good stuff in Woodend.
So he's assessed his option down the line. Chips over top to Ben Toman.
That can't be. Oh, that cannot be. 15 umpire.
Benny Toman has the ball now. Half back flank.
called the play on.
There's no one forward, so he just chips it to the pack of players. Timmy Martin goes up.
Oh,
big spoil there by Bryce Williamson.
That was good. He put himself in front of the big, about 120 kegs of Timmy Martin coming crashing down on top of him.
So ball be thrown in here, right on centre wing.
Let's see if they can clear it. There's a Woodend player at
Mills
the back.
versus Martin. Mills had his hand wrapped around Martin. Tackled him mid-air and has somehow got away with it. Tarkson comes around, spins one way, spins one other way. Sends out to Basenko. Basenko jams it on the boot. It's going to run out of bounds in the left forward pocket.
He's not a happy camper, Timmy Martin, at the moment. They're wrapping their arms around him and he's having a whinge to the umpire now.
He was tackled. He tackled and his hand could not get above his waist.
Let's just watch this and see if they do it again, because I reckon that's what they're doing. They're just trying to pin him.
Well, Tarkson's going to take the ruck contest against Martin here.
You got really not much choice when you're about 10 inches shorter than him.
So umpire McClure throws the ball in. Tarkson gets to the front, but it's one down by Martin. At the back, jammed on the boot. It's gone high. Lanyon for Riddell's gone up. Can't quite gather the ball, and it's gone out in front of Tyson Chapman.
So who's playing, Rumsey or Riddell? Which one are you choosing? So the Bombers, they're leading at the moment by 6 points, 4-1 to 3-1. We've got no scoreboard. Hang on, something's starting to come back on it. Umpire throws at him.
Mills
Ball
again.
hits a deck.
Mills again
Out
had
to
Martin in a bear hug.
Toman throws it up in the air, and it's going to. They're just piling on top of it. The umpire's going to come back and ball it in again. Been very busy, the little man in green.
Yeah, and Timmy Martin has just mentioned again. Watch the arms. Watch the arms.
Yeah, well, he is pinning him. Problem is he's thrown it up in the air and can't see it. Up it goes.
This time Mills has the
Martin
front
taps
position.
it down. Bombers have got numbers. Alchemade's going to fall on top of it and try and clear it. Hawks are just rolling on top of him, and we're going to ball it up again. Why do I get all the stoppages? Not complaining. I like some open play.
You get to call the ruck work, mate.
Up again, wrapping arms around each other. Martin just taps it down to the advantage, looking for Hawks to clear it. Great tackle in there by young Jesse Horton on the Hawks players. And we're going to have another throw up. There's a bit of mouthing going off here. Some players aren't too happy about what's going on.
There's Timmy Martin versus Nathan Mills.
Oh, that's
Timmy Martin picked up and thrown by Mills there.
How can you not pay that?
And finally, Ben Thomas wanted a free kick. Wrapped up Jesse Horton with a massive tackle. Goes inboard and finds Baker. Baker again assesses his options. Can continue the switch if he wants.
Martin's free out here on the wing.
Goes very short there to Bramley. Bramley's been called to play on, has he? No, he's right on the line.
This is a slow entry by the Hawks. This is what's hurt.
He's been called to play on now, and Shaw was chasing after him, so he's just jammed on the boot. Right. Oh, Sonigan spoiled Bryce Williamson. It was all by himself there.
He's hurt, Sonigan.
Sonigan's been called a free kick for too high. Not sure what happened there.
I thought his own player got him, but we'll leave that alone.
So Benny Sonigan, half back, sends it back deep inside the defensive 50, looking for Croft, and it's gone out the back. Got plenty of time.
Doing down there?
Chips it out to Bryce Williamson. Bryce Williamson chips it further out for Tommy Alchemade. He's going to have dead set leather poisoning again today. Goes back to Bryce Williamson. So they've just gone backwards. They've just lost 25 metres so far with all these possessions.
They're prepared to be patient.
Switched it out, plays on immediately, kicks it out wide, finds Sonigan, who's miraculously recovered. Chips it down further down the line. Marked on the outer wing.
And you've got no idea who it is because we can't see that far.
No, too far gone. Swings it inboard, looking for Jack Reardon. Takes that.
Grab.
Goes back with the fight, took it two hands, handballs off to Ross. Ross handballs out further. Ball comes back inside to Steed. He stops, goes, kicks it on up in the air, looking for and fighting Tarkson. I think it was more Tarkson fighting the ball than the ball fighting Tarkson. Just reads the ball so well off the boot, doesn't he?
So since you're such a good real estate agent, how far out is he?
I'd say he would be kicking from 41
and a half. Dylan Tuck, this is quite kickable. He kicked a beautiful goal just before early in the quarter. And this will be a really good quarter for the Hook Bombers if they can get this one. So Tarkson's coming in. Generally a very good kick, and I've just mozzed him. They've had their opportunities, the Bombers, this quarter. Missed some goals they should have got. Very deliberate approach. Puts on his boot, and we'll see by the celebration. He celebrates better than anyone, but he's missed to the left. And that's another point. So it's 4-2, 25 of the 26 of the Bombers.
Ball's been brought in, marked in the left back pocket.
To Woodend, 3-1-19.
Fazzolari sends the ball up, finds Burke. He sends it further out wide again. Plays on immediately. Finds
dropped it.
Ben Toman, who goes inboard. Down the wing they go, the outside wing. Ball goes up, Good spoil there by Stonigan. And it'll be called for a throw in here by our favourite mate, Sideshow Bob.
Look, the more we can get him in the pile, I can't wait to the second half when he's over on this side of the ground. It's going to be very exciting for us.
I can't wait for the interview. So in comes Sideshow. Gives it a huge heave.
Oh, that's impressive.
Timmy Martin all alone takes the ball out of the ruck by hand. Handballs it forward. Picked up there, jammed on the left boot, goes high, and it'll be out of bounds on the full.
Gee, they'll be disappointed with this quarter, the Hawks.
Yeah.
They really haven't given a yelp. They haven't got past half forward, to be honest with you.
The Riddle coaching staff will be extremely excited about how well they've
Well,
played.
they're playing brave footy. They're prepared to switch the ball around and flip it all over the joint. So
The ball will be brought back in here. Right back flank. Sends it down the outer wing with a long kick looking for Steed at the back. Steed flies. Can't grab it. Hits the ground. Overrun by Bryce Williamson there. Jumper players just jumping all over this ball. It's just squirting out like a bar of soap. Somehow gets sent back to where it came from.
he's
Sonny
dropped
gets dropped
it.
an absolute
Benny.
sitter. Picked up on the run. Long flying shot at goal. Reardon versus Gawthorpe. Gawthorpe tries to shepherd it through. Betts is on its end. And that's a huge hit there on the captain, Tommy Gawthorpe. So that's a behind. Rush behind there. Takes them to 3-2-20.
we hope. We think we've got it right.
We believe trailing 4-2-26.
4-2-26. The Bombers with the ball. Going to bring it in. Takes a bounce. Not a lot of pressure on it. Just going to have a nice short little kick. And they're going to play very safe footy. We must be very close to the end of the quarter. We have absolutely no idea how long because we've got no time clock. Just kicking it down the line, playing a bit of safe footy at the moment. Trent Steed's pushed out under the ball. Under there, Sonigan was trying to get the ball clear. And the umpire's going to come back in and we're going to ball it all up again. And there's the siren for half-time. So at half-time, the Bombers lead 4-2-26 to Woodend 3-2-20. And goal kickers that quarter, there was one for the Hawks, and that was Tommy Gawthorpe, kicked one early on. Dylan Tarkson got one for the Bombers, and the other one was Lockie Tarkson and his brother. So the Tarkson boys both got the goals for them. So, Croft, that's so the other goal kickers are Ben Sed's got one for the Bombers, and so's Trent Steed has got one for the Hawks. Dean Bramley's got one. Tommy Gawthorpe's got one, and Dan Toman's got one. So half-time, Bombers up.
And look, Bombers had all the play that quarter. You know, the first quarter was said about how even it all was. It all come down to that second quarter.
Yeah, so some frustrating things going on for the Hawks. I mean, the manhandling of Timmy Martin, the ruck contest, they're getting away with it. I'm sure Tim will have something to say to the umpires, or did, but it didn't make any damn difference because the umpires still kept. And look, good tactics because they're not big enough to beat him, but he's been completely neutralised. Dan Toman didn't have a great quarter that quarter either. So they've got a bit of work to do, the Hawks. Actually, got a lot of work to do, to be really honest with you. Bombers really impressive because they're brave with their switches, and that's all you can ask.
And you can see the guys that work so well together. You've seen here, we called it before. Tommy Alcomade and Bryce Williamson played a little bit kick, but they know each other's game so well. They just know where each other are.
And the Hawks don't have big forwards because Gawthorpe's pushing up, and he's got some balls in defence. So that when they're kicking it long, well, they've got big Ben Sonigan down there who's just having a field day. He's got 5 intercept marks up to half time, and he dropped 1 or 2 he should have taken.
It'd almost be worthwhile to throw the magnets around, send Timmy Martin as the key forward. Give your team a reference point to kick to, because they haven't got a tall ruckman either. So
Timmy's operas memorandum, what do you want to call it? I think I got it right. Is tap and go back to defence. Yeah. But you're right, they need a key forward target.
Yeah, and so send him forward, and then you can send some of these taller guys into the midfield because you don't need to be a big beast today.
No, and it won't hurt. So look, here we are half time. We're going to have a break now for a little bit. So as we said, Riddle lead 4-2-26 to Woodend 3-2-20, and we'll take 5 minutes and we'll be back just before the start of the third quarter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Reset, go.
And welcome back to Riddles Creek Reserve here for RDFL's round 11 match of the round between Riddles Creek Bombers and Woodend+Hesket Hawks. It's a great game so far. Riddle in front, 4-2-26 to Riddle, 3-2-20. We have the scoreboard back up and running, so we should be able to keep us live now.
Not a religious man, but thank God, because life's pretty hard, because everyone kept coming up asking us what the score was, and we're manually trying to keep touch, but we do have it right. Yeah, look, a really important third quarter here. They always say it's a premiership quarter. That's the old adage. Hawks need to find something to get them back into it. I mean, they're only a goal down. They're not playing great footy. Bombers are playing really good football, and they've been brave. So, really interesting. First 5-10 minutes will tell us what's going to happen for the rest of the game.
And just on that, you wanted to tell us something about how well the Riddles Creek canteen is.
We're going to start doing this. We're going to start grading and judging the canteens here. Congratulations, Riddle. Rumsey's still the best canteen in the competition.
That wasn't from me, guys, out there. I'm not being bought.
From an obese, middle-aged man, I can tell you now, they are one of the best. But gee, Riddle's pretty good. Their chips are up there today. They were beautiful. And it's cold, so we did appreciate it. So let's get scores for round grounds, mate.
Yeah, so I do. So at half-time, according to the RDFL website, we have Melton Centrals leading Western Rams 7-5, 47 to 1 point.
That's disappointing.
Wallen leading Macedon 10-4, 64 to 3-5, 23. And Diggers Rest leading Lansfield 5-7, 37 to 3-1, 19. So we've just started the third quarter here, and it's one down by Riddle. Nathan Mills picks the ball up, sends it out.
Well, Williamson's going to free kick there.
Cal Williamson tackled without the ball, but umpires let it play on. The ball, someone's been thrown in a pack there, and the umpire said, I will have it on the outer wing.
Now let's watch this ruck contest with interest here. They've been manhandling Big Tim all day, and he's getting in front, taps the ball down. One-handed effort by Tarks, and then he's going to be paid free kick. So Dylan Tarks in the middle of the ground is going to get the ball. On his right foot, kicks it out wide. Bring it in. Good hit forward. They're doing that well. That's Steed who's got the ball. Comes in, pops it up high. There's no big marking targets down there. Ball hits the deck. Croft is absolutely smashed in that tackle, and the umpire's going to come in and ball it up half forward for the Bombers.
Tell you what, Trent Steed, he's an underrated link man in this league, isn't he? He just keeps going up and down. He's just that conduit between the from the midfield and the half forward line. Ball goes up. This time one down by Mills, comes at the back. Basenko give the handball off to Ross, who sends it forward. That's a good grab there, taken.
Say the name. Bovenza. Boveza. Take your pick.
Is that him, is it? Is that
number 24?
Nick Boveza, we'll call him.
I'm sure his family will tell us we're saying it wrong, and I bet you we are.
So he's, he'll be 20 metres out straight in front.
I'm not buying real estate from you, mate. You've got no idea of distance.
This would be an absolute beautiful start for Riddles Creek to continue the momentum on from the third quarter.
Well, I'll put him 12 points up, and that's really handy in a low-scoring game.
He's definitely making the most of his screen time, Baveza. In he comes on the runway now. Sends it. Sends it to the left, has he? Yeah, yes, he has.
That's a bad miss. They've had a really couple of good opportunities, Riddle. They could be 3 or 4 goals up.
4-3-27. Riddles Creek leading Woodend 3-2-20.
Okay, the Hawks over the top of everyone. Bombers have got the first numbers there, trying to tap it along the ground, right close to the boundary line. The umpire's going to brawl it up. We're lucky we've got Sideshow Bob this side of the ground this quarter, mate. We're very, very blessed.
Yeah, and then the game's been on the other side, so we haven't seen his magic yet.
No, we did see a bit of magic early in the first half. Umpire throws it in. Martin against Mills. No one's advantage. Ball hits the deck. Just going to be another ball up again. She's an in and under tight tussle. Another stoppage after stoppage. Up it goes. Martin taps the ball forward. But Williamson on his right foot looking down there for Croft. Goes over his head. Hawks have got the numbers. Tap it out. They're going to try and run it out by hand. And there's a lot of pressure on them here. They've got to be clean and got to be quick. And they've just chipped out looking for Toman, but the ball's going to be good. Bazenko's first there, but the Hawks have got numbers. And I think they're going to driven someone into the deck. Umpire, no.
Tarkson, too strong,
absolutely. Brings it out, but Hayden Ross, the ball's absolutely gone straight through him. Picks it up. Short kick to no one. Down there looking for, and here's an opportunity. And they've missed another one. Oh, they are spraying and missing their opportunities. And that was young Jesse Horton who missed that one.
So the Hawks will bring it back in. The Michael Tuck lookalike brings it in, chips it in short and finds Toman. Toman doing a lot of work down back for this quarter already. Sends it further out wide. to the half-back flank. Hits his target.
And this is where it gets difficult because the Hawks, the Bombers have had all the play. The Hawks are likely to just go up and go
Inside,
bang, bang, bang.
looking for Baker and finding him. But Kyle Baker has it on the left, on the right half-back flank for Woodend. Slowly gets up, gives plenty of time for Riddle to get back numbers back. It's exactly what they've done. Baker goes inside and has found Alistair Ray. So Ray, he's been called to play on, sends it further out wide.
They're just bombing.
Martin versus Mills there, and again, even in not in a ruck contest, Mills is all over him.
They've got to lower their eyes, the Hawks. They're just bombing, and that's killing them in a minute.
Tell you what,
Martin's
had that many cuddles today. I don't think he's going to want his partner going anywhere near him tonight. I don't think he's going to be left alone. No one touch me, no one look at me.
Alchemade on his left comes out from the contest, and that's a good hit up to Trent Steed. On his right foot, brings it back into the middle of the ground, looking for Bazanko. Bazanko hands it off. One bounce. Nice, great hit and good hands, and that's Benny Said. And that was great play out of the middle of the ground. I think it was Dylan Tarkson who came flying out of the middle and bouncing the ball. And this is an opportunity. They've had 3 shots. This is their third shot for the quarter. They need to get an advantage and take this one.
And we've been on 4.5 minutes, so they've had all the play. So Benny Said looking for his second for the day.
Yep. And
he's had very good hands today, hasn't he?
Yes, but not a very good boot.
Well, he's kicked one.
Well, one's...
Basenko's calling for it short, and he's like, no thanks, mate. I get paid to kick these big ones. Leave it to me. In he comes. Gets the shut up now. Sends it long. It's gone wide. Has pushed through.
Missed some chances.
So that's the third behind. Fourth behind. No, third.
And they were all set shots too. They're all
third behind for the
goals.
quarter. So it takes them to 4-5-29.
Oh, I hope they don't rue this at the end of the game because this is inaccuracy and the opportunities, and they came few and far. But the Hawks run it out. Out they go. Kicked out down there by
Chapman.
Ball hits the deck. And that's big. Sonigan's got the ball, brings it into the middle of the ground, looking down here for Hayden Ross. Ross with a foot in the middle of the ground.
Tommy E's all by himself in the middle of the ground.
And pays it back to Ross. Ross just plays it short, out wide. They're playing brave footy. One-handed mark taken out down there by Oliver Powell. Powell plays on, brings it into the middle of the ground, and that's a good hit. And that could be 50. No, the umpire's not going to be that generous today. So here's another opportunity. They're 4th shot for the quarter, and they still haven't taken advantage to any of them.
This is Alchemade.
And I'm not saying anything. No, I'm not going to moz him.
Is it Alchemade? I can't quite see.
But a very important kick. 4 opportunities this quarter they had, and they haven't taken advantage of any of them yet. In come the Bombers. Hope jumping a skip. Oh, he's going to play on. He's taken on everybody. Had to go over by hand. Out to Hayden Ross. Bring it in the middle of the ground, and there's Bazanko standing there, and he's going to have a shot. Well, that was brave or stupid. I'm not sure which one. I'll think he might have been stupid.
I think he might have been fooled by the player in the mark who stood 4 metres off and then ran up, and then he thought he was too close. So he tried to run around him, and it was all over.
That's probably the case.
I think he outsmarted himself.
You're picking this caper up.
I'm not even my looks. Let's put it that way.
Certainly not. Bazanko coming in. If he kicks like his dad, I'm going to close my eyes and hope. Oscar Bazanko comes in, and he's proud of that one, and that's gone through the middle.
And they've all got to him too.
That's the first one for the Bombers for this quarter. And they've had plenty of opportunities. That was 5 shots they've had, and 1 get.
So that's now Riddles Creek 5-5-35, leading Woodend+Hesket 3-2-20. 7.5 minutes gone in the third quarter. So since quarter time, it's been all Riddle. Let's be honest, has been all Riddle, and Woodend haven't found a way around it yet.
No, look, they're getting beaten around the contest, and that's not Woodend.
Well, not from what we've seen so far this season. They're second on the ladder, only lost 2 games.
And you know why? Because they've worked out Timmy Martin. They just cuddle him, and he's not getting any free kicks. Thrown up by the umpire in the middle of the ground.
No cuddles this time.
Martin just bangs it forward. An opportunity
Asiri
for the Hawks. Asiri taps it forward, but the Bombers got numbers out here, and this is where they're cutting them up by hand. Brought out by the Bombers out wide, and that's it. Oh, he's dropped it. Unfortunate. And that's young Bazenko who kicked the last goal. Oh, there's free kick. Tarkson sat him on his backside. And Dylan, you've got to be careful here, mate. You've been playing a great game. We don't want to see anything silly from you.
Yeah, young Chapman stepped over Basenko as he went over the boundary line, and Dylan Tarkson didn't like that. So the ball comes out, Tarkson bending over, comes out to Travis Martin, goes back to Sloss, Tarkson, Asiri, Horton, they all chase the ball and it runs over out of bounds.
So the Hawks are getting beaten around the contest, as we said it about 5 minutes ago, they're getting beaten around the contest. Toman and them have got a lift. They really do need to get a lift out of this. Martin's getting nullified in the ruck by big cuddles. And
look at the big cuddle. That's a huge cuddle, that one.
Straight over the back.
So it goes
big
down.
tackle down by Hayden Ross, and the umpire's going to ball it up again. Because they just can't get out. Every time they grab the footy, the Bombers are all over them.
There's another chat there to the umpire saying, watch the hands. So Timmy Martin pushes them away this time. Big spike forward. Out the back is Ross. He can't quite gather it. Goes out the back further to Alchemade. Gives the handball out somehow to Horton. Ball comes back in board. Toman puts his head down. That's Bramley. Bramley put his head down. Very dangerous tackle by Isel. So Bramley gets the free kick. This is his option going forward. There's just no movement at all. Sends it wide. Finds his teammate right in front of the Woodend bench. This is Josh Pound, the coach. So Pound, tell him to go deep. There's no one in the pocket.
He's going to tell to play on.
So he sends it deep inside 50 off that left boot. Looking for Goreforth. Goes
grab
over his head, and there's a good mark there by Horton. He turns around, switches out to the outer wing, looking for Ross. It's a poor kick, though.
He's got plenty
of time. There's no one anywhere near him. Sends it further down the line, hits Williamson, Bryce Williamson. He's had a lot of the ball today.
Switches that are on if he wants them. Alchemade and them are sitting out here. If he looks across, there's plenty of options. He's going to go down the line, though. Nice short kick. Just playing safe footy at the moment, just slowing it down to the Bombers. And now they're going to get the switch going. And it's coming out through Bryce Williamson. Alchemade's free, but it's going to go into the Ben Sonigan. Sonigan's gone right back to full back. Lockie Tarkson's making lead, but they're going to go back out where they come from. And that's a good set of hands out there by the Bombers. Out in front of the scoreboard. Looking just nice, safe football. Oh, he's kicked into the man on mark. Here's an opportunity for the Hawks. They get the numbers there, but the Bombers are working harder underneath. They're just a little bit more committed here at the Bombers. Out by hand, and that's what they've done all day. Down there through Bryce Williamson, kicks the ball out wide. And the Bombers got another mark in front of the goal, in front of the scoreboard.
So Basenko has it now. Switches back again to Sonigan.
They're just going sideways
Sonigan switches
here.
further again to Reardon. Reardon can get it and go if he wants.
Now
Takes the mark. Heads forward, looking for Lockie Tarkson. Finds him. He's got his head ripped off. Oh, should have been 50. I would have thought there. Umpire Stevie J says stand up. He cuts it short to Bryce Williamson. He's had about 10 touches already this quarter. Bryce Williamson, centre half back. So they've had a lot of disposal. They haven't moved very far. Chips it out to Tommy Easel.
They're just letting this loose man
chips
cut
it
him
again.
up here.
Oh, good contest there by Pound.
Oh,
but coming away is Lockie Tarkson. Sends it deep inside 50. At the back, Croft. One-hander. That's great there from Nathan Croft. Huge one-hander. So he's got Basenko running past, ignores that, looks for set in the pocket. Good spoil.
Great
but
crumb.
Front and centre there was Travis Martin, left it behind. He's wrapped up by Dan Toman. And they all stacks on top.
So even if you look at this contest now, every Woodend player has been sucked to the ball and Riddell is staying out. That's why they're getting the handball and being able to clear it.
So Tarkson in the ruck work versus Martin. Ball comes out via Toman, goes up in the air, but it's all Riddell. And Nathan Mills is taking the mark. He's been called to play on. Woodend didn't hear it. Get the handball inside to Sonigan. Goes further inboard to Williamson. Nice little chip ball. Doesn't hit the target. Jumped on top is Woodend, and they're all jumping straight back on top of them again. The second the ball does come out to Woodend, they're just getting jumped on. They've got no time at all.
So they look slow, and they've been made to look slow by Riddell, who are prepared to push out in open space and give themselves an opportunity. Umpire throws it up. He's been cuddled again. He's Martin to the Woodend. They're going to get the clearance, but it's all Bombers. It's been like this all day. Big Tommy Easel just throws up in the air, looking for a mark, but the Hawks have got numbers down there, and it's taken down there by Tommy Pound. Kicks it out wide. Good grab. Oh, no, ball's been dropped, and that's been the story of the day. Williamson's out there again, been working really hard. Out to Tarkson, one way then the other. On the right foot, kicks it up high, looking for a marking contest, and that's a great set of hands. Yeah, and Joe, the coach is going off. He is badly injured, and that's a big loss for him. And the ball's been brought back beautifully into the middle of the ground. And there's an opportunity for the Bombers. They're all over the Hawks at the moment.
Look at this is so poor.
This is terrible marking by the Hawks. They have just lost all composure at the moment.
So that's been about 45 seconds where there was three spare plays for Riddle inside their forward 50,
so you got to
and
look
no
at
one moved.
Got to, what's going on? Obviously, the communication barriers are broken down because they're just one out. Someone's not manning up, which is allowing this loose player, and it is absolutely cutting them up.
Yeah, and without manning up, they obviously haven't got the leaders on field to be calling players back as well. Because
the thing is, they actually do have the leaders on the field, but where are their voices?
So in comes Nathan Croft. For his second stabs at it, he sends it right again.
Oh, they've had
their poor
so
kicking is keeping Woodend in this game. That's 5-6-36 to Woodend 3-2-20.
Just terrible.
Well, Woodend's had maybe 3 inside 50s this quarter.
A little bit of rain starting to come down too.
So Woodend will have the ball again.
Tyson Chapman's doing that. So I tell you, if their coach has gone off in Josh Pound, then he's gone off looking very ordinary.
He's gone straight in the change room as well, not just off the bench.
No, he's really hurt himself, and that'll be a big, big loss.
And that was from that big contest here, right on centre wing.
So Chapman with the ball. Runs outside the box, kicks it long, looking down the line for Martin, but the Bombers have got numbers, push it down. Toman roves it beautifully, one way then the other, then Bramley. Bramley brings it back into the middle of the ground. They need a mark here. The ball's been dropped. Bombers have got opportunity now. They've got numbers. Ball hits the deck. Out it goes through Hayden Ross. Hayden Ross out to Croft. Croft on the right foot, looking down for a good marking contest. Ball hits the deck. That's a great opportunity coming down there for Shaw. Down there for Ben Said, kicks the ball out again. They've just missed another opportunity.
And the ball runs.
They are going to rue this at the end of the day. They've had so many opportunities and missed goals they should have got.
So the ball will be thrown in the deep left forward pocket here for Riddles Creek. Umpire Tom McClure throws the ball in deep. Martin versus Tarkson. Martin wins it down and goes at the back. Comes out via Baker. Sends it out via Tommy Pound. Sends an absolute worm burner forward. Somehow it's marked and played on.
Absolutely nothing. Once it gets Gawthorpe's got this.
Gawthorpe is going to play that. He's going to have to hold the ball because there is no one in front of him.
No, they're pushing down, but the Bombers have got a large amount of numbers. Sonigan's going back down, and guess where it's going? He's gone over his head, unfortunately. Out to Williamson. Ball hits the deck. Bombers are working hard underneath, and they're going to tie it up to the Hawks. Right, and it gives them opportunity. They're about 35 metres out from their goal, and to say they need one's a bit of an understatement.
Very, very lucky there that Sonigan has completely misread that ball because that would have gone straight back the other way. Ball goes up. Mills, Cuddles, Ray this time. The ball just bounces around, looking for it to come out. Everyone's just stacks on top. So, look, if Ben Sonigan takes that mark, the rebound 50 is that quick.
Yeah, and they were out and gone.
Yeah.
And Sonigan's pushing back now.
So the ball goes up again. Ray versus Mills. Comes out. Travis Martin has the ball. He's ripped to the ground. Ball bounces out again. Umpire Stevie J says, let's have another crack, boys.
Nathan Mills has done really well today. He's worked incredibly hard for the Bombers.
Ball goes up again. Ray, big punch forward, but goes down to Bryce Williamson. He's able to get a ball as he's slung down tackle. Picked up well by Tarkson. Goes for the running barrel, doesn't quite come off.
It's spilt there
by Fazzolari. Puts him under pressure, comes out to Tom Pound. Quick handball out wide. The kick goes up. Sonigan with the big ball from behind. Very lucky free kick there. That's going to Gove. So Gove has the ball. Centre wing.
And he's ignoring all of them. They're looking down for the big forwards. There's not a lot of movement down there. Gone short middle of the ground. He's been very lucky.
And it's marked there by Chapman. Chapman turns around, assesses his options. Sends it long. Timmy Martin's coming in from the side. Timmy Martin, big mark. I don't think it was intended for him, but he read the ball better than anyone else.
Well, he was running one way and all the Bombers running the other. I bet their eyes lit up when they saw that big fella coming through.
So Timmy Martin, this is going to be a big kick. I don't think he hasn't had a rest today, has he?
I haven't seen how many kicks today, to be honest with you. So this is really important for Timmy and the club. They need this one.
He'll kick this from 45 out.
He's not a great
right
kick.
In front of the scoreboard.
Yes,
sends it on its way.
No,
it's narrow to the short side. So it's 3-3-21 Woodend trailing Riddles Creek. 5-6-36. 17 and a half minutes gone in the third quarter.
So Bombers with the ball. They're going to bring it in. Tommy Alchemay's made a lead. Dylan Tarkson sitting out here on the flank, but it's going out to Hayden Ross. Ross marks about 25 out. looking around. Not a lot happening for him. Stead made a lead, but he's gone out to the other side in front of the scoreboard, looking out there for Sonigan. Sonigan just kicks it back down the line, looking. Timmy Martin's there, and they've just pushed him straight over. He's going to get a free kick. Finally, he says, I've got one. Big Tim Martin. Middle of the ground is Baker who's calling for it, but the ball's gone out wide, and that's to Ben Toman who's got the ball with his helmet and his pink boots. We can't miss him. It's fine standing there waving your hands in the air, boys. You've got to actually lead for the ball, and the Bombers have got a huge amount of numbers back there, and Jack Reardon's taken the mark. Reardon comes back in the middle of the ground looking for Tarkson, who's absolutely getting leather poisoning. Out wide it goes. Here's an opportunity for the Bombers. This is what they do really well. Nice short little kick looking for Crofty. One-handed, missed the ball. Still puts enormous amount of pressure on, working in, and the ball rolls out of bounds. Good pressure down there by Luke Burke out for the Hawks. Good pressure, but the Bombers are just cutting them up at the moment with this switch. Good to see Joshy Pound, the coach, come back on. Josh Pound. He looks very sore, though.
Doesn't look well.
If you were one of the Bombers players, you'd test that out in about 30 seconds.
Ball
see what's
thrown
going
back
on.
in. Martin, not cuddled this time, taps it down. Ben Toman overruns it. Comes out the back by Tim Martin. Sends it back inside Dylan Tarkson, slips over. Drops the ball. Picked up by Miranda, tries to fend off, he's caught.
He went fending off with one.
He's very lucky there. It was a high fend off and he got caught holding the ball. So very lucky on two fronts. Ball goes up again. Mills starts cuddling again.
I just don't understand how you can put an arm on a child of a ruckman and not get pinged for it.
Travis Martin is in there, but it's gone the way of Woodend. And that'll be Luke Burke takes a free kick. Comes out. Down the centre of the ground is a high kick looking for Ray. Ray versus Sonigan.
Oh, his free kick.
Yeah. There's a poor defensive spoil there by Ray. So Sonigan will take the mark to get the free kick.
He's been giving him
at 50. 50.
And they're going to
Lockie Tarkson lets him know as well, first thing.
You would expect that from a Tarkson. He would. They love that type of stuff. And Dylan's in there as well. Nothing stupid, boys. They get an opportunity.
No one Benny Sonigan here.
He'll have a shot.
Yeah, he's going to kick from 45 at most.
There's another 50. He's just about. How can that not be a 50 if you stand there 10 metres in front of the mark on mark? Oh, I'm not saying anything. God, we love the umpires sometimes.
In comes Benny Sonigan. He's been down back all day. He's a long way right. He's missed everything.
No, it's a backman. That's why they put him down back. Can't kick.
So Riddell keeping Woodend in the game, which is unable to finish their good work so far. So the ball goes out to Toman. He switches it further out wider again. It comes out by Cody Bowen. Bowen sends it down wider again. Bryce Williamson at the back. Surely he's front on contact.
Yeah,
he's paid that. Bryce Williamson has been absolutely everywhere today. So Williamson, left forward pocket. Sends it inboard to Tommy Alchemade.
He's also got leather poisoning.
Alchemade sends it deep. Looking for Dylan Tarkson. Strong hands. Now he's played on immediately. Swings around in that right boot we've seen so many times before. Looking for... he's gone early.
Yeah,
he's been called for a shepherd.
Front on contact, and that's fair enough too. Lucas Shaw, is it?
I think so. I'm just waiting for him to turn around before I called it. So let's go with him anyway. We've gone with him.
Yep.
So let's hope Lucas Shaw can steady the ship and actually just get it through the big sticks for once.
They're just absolutely dominated the quarter. Yeah, they're only,
They kick one goal for this quarter.
Big opportunity, and really, if they get this goal here, this is a great margin they've opened up to.
Yeah, but again, with their poor kicking this quarter, they've kept them in it into the...
Absolutely.
So in comes Shaw. Bit of an awkward running style.
Not swimmingly full of confidence with the style.
Left boot goes, bang! I'll show you how it's done, boys, he says. Don't worry about the awkward style, and they get around him as well. Maybe another first goal.
Do you ever get I was going to say, you're getting the impression that was his first goal in senior footy?
They were around him.
Well done, mate. Good effort.
But the young fella, he showed him how to play today. He showed him how to kick. So that takes him to 6-6-42 to 3-3-21.
And we played, 22 minutes, so we're not going to have much time left in this quarter because we haven't had a lot of goals, had a lot of chances, but we haven't had a lot of goals.
Yeah, and look, 3.5 goal lead. You think it's big in a low scoring game, but it should be much bigger.
No, it should be. That should be about 5 goals up.
It should be 5.5 goals up.
So this is where they've got to pick it up. They've got to get this ball out of the middle, and the Bombers are absolutely flogging them around the centre. Up it goes. Martin. That was Steed who went up against him. Working hard, and there's an opportunity for the Bombers, for the Hawks. Just one of the boots, just a shank of a kick.
Hey, guess who it's gone to? Bryce Williamson.
Williamson with the ball on cross half-back. Kicks it down, looking for another Williamson. So one to the other, into the middle of the ground. Another short kick looking out for Croft. No, it's not. It's Bazanko. Bazanko on his right foot kicks it wide. He's been good this quarter. Looking out for Sonigan. Those sticky fingers. He doesn't drop them. Plays on. No, hang on. What's the umpire doing here? He's going to make him come back. You can do that, umpire. I don't want to have to tell you how to do this particular job. But
we love the umpires, Paul. We love the umpires.
Sonigan. Short hit looking for... Oh, it's gone over the top of the Hawks have taken the mark. Out there through Chapman, who's been good for him today. Kicks it out wide. Opportunity now. Just slowing it down, but gee, they're just playing very slow, predictable football. Another short kick out to Tommy Pound. Pound with the ball, kicks it out wide, looking the wing. They're just going the long, safe way home at the moment. Not a lot of risk in their play, but this is going to be risky into the middle of the ground. Back down to Chapman. Nothing in the middle, and they'll probably just go back down the line again. A few leads in the middle down there from Duff Tyler, who's been quiet today. And there's the siren for three-quarter time. And you'd have to say the Bombers wasted a lot of opportunities that quarter. They could have been 4 or 5, well, probably 5 goals up. But at three-quarter time, Riddell 6-6-42, Woodend 3-3-21.
Look, it's looking...
Tone, what do you reckon, mate? What's your predictions? My Woodend by 40 points has gone out the window.
Yeah, look, the way the last 2.5 quarters have gone, it's all Riddell. You can't see it. There's nothing here to show that Woodend can turn this around, other than what they've performed this season. Yeah. But right now, today, they've not shown anything where they're going to turn this game around.
They look flat. I mean, they look tired under feet.
They're not coming. They're not running in with any vigour.
Someone needs to spark this up. I mean, the coaches saw Timmy Martin's been getting not beaten, but nullified in the middle. Dan Toman
manhandled, is that a word?
Yeah, okay, that'll do. You know, Toman hasn't had much influence on the play today, been much out. You know, you go to the Bombers, I mean, gee whiz, some of the two Williamsons, both Tarksons, the two Ruckman who have been completely outsized, have worked it out. You just manhandle him. And I know the umpires probably should be paying a lot more free kicks to Tim Martin than they are, but they're doing it and they're getting away with it, so keep doing it. It's working a treat for them. If they could just kick those goals, they'd be absolutely... This is the best game of footy I've seen Riddell play for a while. This is better than what they did against Massey.
This is the best game that I've seen them play this year.
Yeah. They're undermanned. They've got a few injuries, and yet they are showing, hey, watch out, everybody. If this is what Riddell's going to produce, towards when it dries, they're going to give a lot of headaches to some teams. Because I'll tell you now, Woodend looks slow on this deck. Yeah,
they've all been single goal kickers today. I'll just quickly run through them. Riddell, Betty said, 1 goal, 3 I think he's kicked roughly. Dylan Tarkson with 1, Steed 1, Basenko 1, Lucas Shaw 1, Nathan Croft 1. For Woodend, I've got Dean Bramley with 1, Gawthorpe for 1, Dan Toman for 1. But the best players, look, I struggled to whittle it down to 4 for Riddell, but the ones I've got, Trent Steed, just that connection I think is so underrated from the forward line to the midfield there. He's just up and back that wing all day long. Yep. Tommy Alkermaid, how he's not dead from leather poisoning. Him and Bryce Williamson just been ridiculous today. And Nathan Croft, yes, he might not have had much of the ball, but he's been the forward threat that has connected them all up. If he had finished off his nice work, he would have had 4 today.
I think if you look at inside 50s, I mean, we haven't got count, but they probably had 10 or 12 inside 50s. They only kicked 2 goals.
Yeah. And that's exactly what Justin will be talking to about now.
I mean, just take your opportunities, and some of the misses were horrendous. But, bad kicking's bad footy, but they're playing good footy.
Yeah. And flipping across the Woodend, I struggled to find 3 winners today. Yeah, and so far
Tyson Chapman's tried really hard.
I've got Chapman, I've got Tommy Pound, and I had Dean Bramley. He's been consistent over the again, not dominating.
Yeah, Stapleton's done okay across half back. But gee whiz, it's only hard to find some good players. Well, they're just getting beaten around the contest. And we said in the third quarter then, all their players are getting sucked to the ball and Riddell prepared to stay. So Riddell just bang out with a handball and they're off.
And it looks like from a Woodend perspective, obviously coming from the outside looking in, it looks like they've just accepted the fact they're getting beaten today. They're not doing anything to change it, not doing anything about it. They're just letting, all right, Tim Martin's getting manhandled. Why isn't someone in there giving it to Nathan Mills, giving it to...
So looking at the Woodend huddle now, sorry I didn't mean to interrupt you. If you look at the Woodend huddle now, Josh Pound, the coach, is just standing out. One of their leaders has stepped up and trying to address this, but they got a lot of work to do to be able to pull this back, and you can't see the Bombers getting beat from here.
And look, just on another note today for Riddell's Craig, obviously been a fantastic day. I'm just watching the scoreboard and it's rolling across the results. Under 19, C grade, B grade, A grade, all netball teams have won today. All right, the reserves lost previously. The under 19s won this morning, so this could be a huge day for Riddell.
It was a good fight in the under-19s
Was
over
there?
towards the end of the game. The boys were not happy.
Look, this could be a huge day for Riddles Creek. Come away with, what's that, 6 wins out of 7 for a day?
And all the ladies behind us there and drinking their champagne and that. I hope there's some Uber drivers, some taxis there out, because they're in no fit condition to drive home, some of these
And
ladies.
they've had beautiful acoustic music in there as well. We've been able to hear in the background.
It's been a pleasant day.
And look, every time we've been to Riddle so far this season has been...
They're a wonderful footy club. And I'll say this with all due respect to all the other clubs in the league. Probably Riddle and Diggers lead the way in football clubs. I mean, they are terrific off-field. They certainly make us feel very welcome. They get good crowds, and they're just a good footy club. And
it shows the on-field successful, doesn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Wood End's, they come leaps and bounds. How good is it to see Wood End this year up in the finals at the moment? And it's really going to put some interest back in. We've got 6 sides this year vying for 5 spots, which we don't normally have. I mean, you could probably take Centrals, Macedon, and
but even Macedon have turned around. They beat Romsey 2 weeks ago.
but most people are knocking them off at the moment.
At the moment, yeah, they are. So, but Macedon, again, they're another very well-run club.
Yep.
They come and spoke to us many times throughout the interviews that we've done with them so far.
Look,
they're
terrific.
They're a young club, but besides Centrals and really Western Rams, any team can beat anyone at the moment this season. It's so good for us to call.
We watched the Centrals Roms. We didn't watch. We called the Centrals Roms. And Centrals were in it to 3/4 time, and then you got blown away in the last quarter.
And the Centrals Lansfield game as well.
Yeah. So, look, everyone's. The competition's really evening up. The good sides are standing up. The good players here are starting to stand up today, particularly. The sun's out, so it's going to be beautiful because for the last quarter. Look, I can't see Riddle getting rolled from here, but knowing the way I'm cursed, and if you back any horses that I follow and I'm having a punt with, generally I'm the jockey at 100 odd kegs. I hold them up, and I've probably just cursed the Bombers here. But look, they're playing such good footy, and the coaching staff will be really pleased with what they're seeing today.
Look, if somehow Wood End are able to pull this one out, it's got to be an almighty masterstroke because, as I said, for the last 2 quarters, they have not showed anything.
No, so if the Bombers get the first goal, it'll break their hearts in their home and host. But there's no run in the Hawks today. It's just flat.
And if somehow Riddle do get run over, they've got themselves to blame for that third quarter, not converting their opportunities.
Well,
so
they'll watch back this replay, and even so, they'll watch back and say that just wasn't good enough. They've got to convert.
Hopefully they say how good we were in commentary, though.
Not many people have, mate. I can tell you now, the responses online have been not to our favour, but that's okay. We have a crack.
As long as Jordan and Aaron don't read them, we'll keep a job for the next week.
Who else is going to do it? Let's be honest. Off you go, mate.
The ball goes up. Martin versus Mills. Mills wins the tap out down. Martin gets the clearance. Ball's bounced around to Bramley. Bramley somehow gets his hands free. But that's intercepted by Dylan Tarkson. Handballs are forward looking for Basenko. But it's taken there by Chapman. He's wrapped up. Ball comes out the back. And it's marked on outer wing from Wood End. Wood End turn around quickly. Then straight up in the air. That's a poor attempt there.
Oh, what do you think?
Kyle Baker, that was ridiculous. Ball switched out. Alchemade has it, centre half back. Inboard, misses Ross. Ball misses everyone. Just keeps going back. Picked up there by Wood End. Put off to Dan Toman. Handballed back. Chapman has it. Chapman just chips it up in there looking for Dan Toman. Goes over his head. Intercepted by Riddle. Turn back or over. Looking down for Steed. Steed, strong hands.
Steed's got the ball. Comes into the middle of the ground. Looking for a marking contest. Crofts there, but it's all Hawks. But they've dropped what they should have taken. Now they're under enormous pressure. Out it comes on the right boot. They're just going to put it back into dangerous position. Chasing out there is Burke for the Hawks, and the ball's going to be pushed out of bounds right in front of the scoreboard. We're going to have a throw in. Riddle 6-6-42. Lead Wood End 3-3-21.
Yeah, another very much just a broken play there by Riddle. By Wood End, sorry.
They should have taken the mark. Umpire throws it in. Martin pushes him off, just bangs it towards the boundary line. It's Toman who gets his boot on the ball, just pops it up high, looking for a mark. Bombers have got numbers, being well tackled by Dan Toman in the middle of the ground. The umpire's going to throw it up again. Umpire looking for the 2 big ruckmen to come in. Martin gets front position. He's just man-held and thrown out of the way. Bombers push it down, but Martin gets it back, puts it on his boot, kicks it up, looking for a mark, and they're dropping what they should be taking. And that was dropped down there by Dumper.
Number 2.
And they've really got to start holding these. They're dropping a lot of marks. It's a free kick to the Bombers. Look, kicking into the sun here this quarter of the Riddle.
Benny
Going
Sonigan.
across the ruck ground.
That's a
dangerous.
Big switch.
But good kick.
Tommy Easel.
Now they're out. They've done
Continues
this
to
well
switch
all
out
day.
here.
Here they go.
Jesse Horton takes him on. Sends it down the wing. Looking for Reardon. Reardon takes the sliding mark on centre wing. Gets up. Wants to keep moving it on. Been held up briefly. Goes inboard. And has found Shaw. Shaw on that left boot kicks it very high.
Well, that's not good.
Very, very high, but it's going to be Riddell again. Just look too strong. They quickly moved on again, but now it's been turned over. Centre half back. Wouldn't have the ball.
Hawks with the footy. Looking somewhere to go, but there's not a lot of movement for him. This has been the trend all day. Bramley kicks it out wide. Big Martin's got the ball. Tim Martin deep in defence for the Hawks. Umpire's called him to play on. Kicks it long down the wing, looking for a grab. Oh, there's someone's pushed out the middle of the back. I think the umpire's going to pay a free kick here.
Oh!
No, it's gone.
It's gone the other way.
Oh, we got pushed fair square in the back and near on earth. Sonigan. I don't know how we got that. Sonigan's got the ball for the Bombers. And the Woodend faithful aren't happy about it. Plays on, kicks it in the middle of the ground, looking for Reardon. Goes up, ball hits the deck. Oh, with one hand, should have went with two, but they're going to clear it out with a big long kick out there. And who is
Ferguson.
13? Ferguson. Hawks got the ball. Bang it into the forward line. There's a foot race on now. Bombers hit the deck, get the footy, pick it up, and just boot it out. That's
Lockie Tarkson with a running barrel.
Looking down for Alchemade, it gets cleared up. Croft with the footy, handballs it back over, gets it back. Now there's a foot race. Ball, he runs over the ball. It's going to hit the deck, and Hawks got numbers to get it, clear it out, and on the left foot just kicks it long. Alchemade, good hands, and he's been absolutely sensational for him today. He got smashed on the wing, and he stands back up again and gets the footy.
He's a tough bugger, isn't he? Let's be honest.
He is, Alchemade. Right, steep, wide on the far wing and the fat side of the ground. On his left boot, kicks it up high, but there's Martin down there, and the big fella takes the grab. Now, there should be a switch on for him here. He's going to go down the line. Kicks it in the middle, looking for Bramley. Bramley takes the mark for the Hawks. At half-back, looking down. Good set of hands. They're moving the ball a little bit better now. The Hawks takes a bounce on his right foot. Kicks down, looking for a target. Fighting for the ball is Pound. Ball goes over his back. The coach, he's been well tackled. Ball hits the deck. They're still working at all. There could be a free kick here. No, the umpire hasn't paid it. We're going to ball it up, and I'll throw it over to you, Tone.
Yeah. Oh, look. We love the umpires, but we love the umpires. That's a free kick.
Remember
every day of the week.
emails, mate.
Ball goes up, right forward pocket for Woodend. One down there by Ray, but it's just a stack of players just jumping on the ball here, and they'll be redo the stoppage. More central, but 25 out from goal.
Look, let's be honest, we can be harsh on sometimes on umpires, but it's even both ways.
Yeah, it's not one way. It's just that was
A little bit obvious.
Yeah. So the ball goes again, just straight back down to another stoppage. You've given the curse to me this time, mate.
Gee, they've done. Yeah, you can keep going with it then.
So umpire Josh Wilson throws the ball up. Ray taps it down. Pound is thrown out of there with no possession. The ball comes down. Alchemade's on the bottom of the pack as well for the 100th time today.
The umpire either knows really good acting, or you really got to earn them today. I think it's the second one.
Yeah. So Mills wins that one down. Comes out via Cal Williamson. Handball spoots out the back. Comes down to Tommy Pound, who's wrapped up immediately, and they'll ball it up 45 out.
Gee, Riddell are good with the tackling today. They've been really enormous with it.
So that 45 out, goes up again. Martin versus Mills. Martin wins this one down. Goes out the back to Alchemade. Gives himself some room. Ball comes out to the outer wing. But that is all.
I bet you paid deliberate.
Kyle Baker all by himself.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. So umpire Stevie J, and Kyle Baker was in no hurry to keep that in either.
Not at all.
He brings it into Ben Toman. Ben Toman, centre wing, sets his options. But the only movement here is from Riddell. So he just chips it up in the air. There's a contest in there. Ben's not again.
How many? I don't think he's 10.
It's been a free kick.
Oh, umpire.
So that one's from Alistair Ray, chips it inboard and in the pocket. Is that going to pay 50? No.
The Woodend crowd were calling for it, but then they didn't get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is over on the left forward pocket.
I'll let you keep going with it then.
Just because I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Left me out in the lurch there, mate.
You under the bus.
So in he comes, deep in the left forward pocket, sends it on its way. It's a good-looking kick. At the back, though, it's been kept in by Riddell.
Oh, well done.
Rush behind.
Oh.
So it'll be the first score of the last quarter will go to Woodend 3-4-22, trailing Riddles Creek 6-6-42.
So the Bombers with the ball going to bring it in wide and kick it out down to Shaw. Shaw's been really good for the Bombers today. Nice steadying influence across half-back. On his left foot, pops it up looking for Tarkston. Close to the boundary line and good hands, Dylan Tarkston. Oh, it comes around and he's going to come back across goal. And this is what they've done really, really well all day. And this is where they're cutting the Hawks up and they've dropped what they should have taken. Off they go on their left foot, kick it down to centre wing, looking down for Hayden Ross. Ross takes the mark. There's some players working hard in the middle. Coming down there to Bazanko. Bazanko on his right foot kicks it back out. Looking down there for another Bombers. Off by hand, and that was Leighton comes in. Kicks it nice, short little hope, and they're just trying to feed the forwards. And Benny said the ball went over his head. Number of players down there said tackling hard, working hard. Numbers for Hawks down there, and that's in through Pizzori. I think I've got it right. Fazzolari. Oh, it's killing me, that one. And we're going to throw it in front of the scoreboard.
As Ben Toman ready to come off for Dean Bramley.
I hate to play these days. I think players do more running off than they do on the field. Martin. Ball hits it, hands it off, puts some players under enormous pressure, and we're going to have another throw-up right in front of the scoreboard.
Nathan Croft made sure that Woodend did not extract that ball out of the 50.
The forwards for Riddle have worked really hard.
Ball goes up. No one gets the key out there. Out by Dan Toman. Sends the ball on his left foot out wide. Sport down. Jack Arceri picks the ball up. Handballs forward, looking for Toman again. Pushed away by Riddle. Oh, it's a big contest on outer wing. Yep. And that's going to Miranda. Miranda brings the ball inboard, looking for Brownlee, who's just come on the ground. Brownlee takes it, can keep going wide if he wants. There's Woodender out here, comes via Wiseman, sends it deep. That's a poor kick to Josh Pound, who's pulled a free kick. He's been paid holding the man, has he?
Yeah, he's got a free kick.
So the coach...
Now, the coach, he needs to kick this, and the Riddle boys aren't too happy about this one.
Yeah, and look at that. Look, you can tell he's a real coach. He went and marked the spot for the umpire as well.
Yeah, probably about 2 metres where it was.
This is where it was, sir, he says to him. So, now, Pound coming off 4 goals last week, so...
Well, he needs to kick this one, even just give him a sniff.
And if he does, Woodend have to get around him. They
actually have played better footy this quarter, the Hawks, than the Bombers.
But they have to get around it now. They've got to get up and about. They've got to get some life in it. So in comes Pound. Sends it on his way. It's a good-looking kick.
Yep.
He's nailed it.
And that's why he's the coach.
Yep. And again, but look, there's no life in it, though. Look at that. Only three or 4 of them got to him. That was it.
That's the first goal for the quarter.
So that takes him to 4-4-28. Trailing Riddle 6-6-42. 10 minutes gone in the last quarter. It's not going to be a long quarter.
No.
Because there hasn't been a lot of scoring. So
what's the first goal for the quarter? And to be honest with you, it's a bit of an uninspiring quarter. It's just been going between the two half circles. And, yeah.
And as I mentioned, you would have wanted everyone to get up and about after that goal to really pump up the energy, and there was just nothing.
They're flat.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see how we go here. They've got a sniff. They've got an opportunity. Up they go. Martin. Fighting down the vote. Hawks are going to get clearance again going through his tome and trying his best, but the Bombers come out through Tarkson. Tarkson on his right foot, looking down there for a marking contest. Ball hits the deck. Trent says out there trying to find it. The players hit the deck. Bombers pick it up. Tarkson again, one way then the other, and his kick smothered off the boot. Still fighting for it, and I think we're going to see it get thrown in again over in front of the scoreboard. It's been very busy over there. It was a well-worn bit of track.
Yeah, beautiful defensive pressure there by Woodend to spoil that ball off Tarkson.
They're missing a key forward, the Bombers, at the moment. You can tell that they're looking for it and it's not there for them.
The ball's thrown in. Wrapped up again is Martin. Comes down to Cal Williamson. Slabs the ball in the boot. It's dropped there by Duff Tyler, who's dragged the ball back in. Could be in trouble. No. Umpire Josh Wilson said, I'll have it, thanks. He'll ball it up. Smack bang in the middle of the ground. Middle of the 50.
Just a wrestle.
Oh, Mills, just strength there. Somehow the ball comes out of the boot and it's punched through by Marcus Stapleton.
So realistically, you'd probably look at sending Sonigan down forward now to give him that. Now, they only got to kick one and they're home.
The ball comes out via Dan Toman. Plays on. Sends it out wide in front of Brownlee. Can he gather it in? No, it's Wiseman, sorry. And he can't quite trap it. It's out of bounds right in front of us. Here we go.
Psycho Bob.
Not Psycho. We love Sideshow Bob. Not Psycho Bob. So here becomes Sideshow.
Sideshow Bob.
Ball,
Bang.
bang. That's a big throw in.
Oh.
Martin picks it up. Handball out to Brownlee. It was too fierce. Goes out wider. Toman and Fazzolari fight for the ball. And it's out of bounds.
You can call this one as your favourite boundary
Have
umpire.
a look at the bicep tattoo. Just ink bursting out of the big man. Sideshow, big heave, he goes. Mills wraps up Martin, but Martin keeps it down. Beautiful tap down to Dan Toman. Wrapped up.
There's
Ball
a
comes
chance.
out
Williamson.
via Sloss. Goes further out
Ross.
to Ross. Ross has a flying shot at goal. That's a good kick,
great
and he's
goal.
nailed it. And Oscar
They're
Pasenko
home.
loved it here on the crowd too. And so look at the difference with the Riddle goal. They've all got to him. They've plenty of heart there.
Good goal. And good play too. They're just cutting up by hand.
Yeah.
And that's again what happened then. The handball's out, gave them the opportunity, and off they go. So,
And again, it started from the boundary throw in. Dan Toman was out, and the pressure from Riddle just didn't let him get going. So wrapped him up, and the ball keeps going, and off they go.
yeah, they've done their homework on the Riddle gun players, that's for sure. No, the Woodend gun players, sorry.
And look, their pressure just all over the ground. Doesn't matter where it's been, forward, mid, or back, has been right up today. So we've got umpire Stevie J, throws the ball up again. Martin and Mills jump at it. Mills comes into Falcon off his forehead. Comes down to Martin, gives a handball out. Looking for Randall Hewitt, can't quite go to the ball. It's turned over by Riddle. In the centre of the circle, is taken back and passed by
we've been waiting
Shaw.
for this. Timmy Martin has now officially got the shits. I can say that online, and I'll probably get in trouble, but he has had enough.
He's brought it further out via Ross. Looking for and finding Bavazar.
How was the go again?
Bovazar.
That'll do.
It's a half volley, not picked up there. Ball comes out, Bovazar jumps back on top. He's jumped on by Chapman, and umpire Stevie J says, let me sort it out, boys.
There's plenty of Woodend players around this contest. They're working hard into the defence now. 7-7-49, lead Woodend 4-4-28, and we've played 14 minutes in the quarter. He just throws him out of the way, big Tim Martin. Kicks it onto the wing. Working hard down there, and the Bombers are going to get first shot, but it comes out to Siri. Siri with the ball, kicks it out down to Ferguson, was it? Got the ball, working hard underneath, coming out, and there's just tackle after tackle. The pressure's enormous. And they played a free kick against Williamson. And that's going down to
Siri,
who's actually been quite a good player for him today. Siri in the middle of the ground. Martin's pushed out wide. He hasn't seen him now. He's just going to go short. Looking down there for Toman.
That's got about 8 metres, that kick.
Toman's with the ball.
As the crowd noise just lessens up as the girls are coming out from Ladies' Day.
The alcohol has kicked in officially.
So Dean Bramley has the ball on outer wing. Sets his options. There's just no movement. Chips it further wider again. And that is out to Duff Tyler.
Kicks it into the nice pass, looking for Martin. The ball goes through it, and the Bombers have got numbers down there. Kick it out wide, and here they go again, kicking it out into the lane, looking out for who's we got there? Number 24. Bovazar. I don't like saying it.
He's going to go he was very slow getting that ball off there, but managed to come off, so it's come out wider again. Alchemade.
Oh, that's got to be 50.
Yeah, and Alchemade will take it. He'll take it.
You can't hold him like that and keep pushing.
It's loved there by the crowd. The crowd are all over Tommy Alchemade.
Yep, and if I was selling vodka cruisers right now, I'd be a very wealthy man.
So Tommy's going to come. He's going to kick this from 40 metres. Less than a 45-degree angle. Go back and have a shot, because he has played so well today. He deserves this.
They're all over Woodend at the moment. They're just cutting them up with handball, and that's all that's been going on.
Yeah, and I think Woodend have resigned to the fact that they're going to lose, and they've given up a little bit. So in comes Alchemade. Don't get too close this time. Sends it on its way. It's high.
Looking too bad.
It's going to swing back. It's going to swing back, Tommy. Tommy Alchemade and Riddle have slammed the door shut. Huge win today for Riddle. That takes them to 9-7, is it? 9-7, 8-7, 55 to 4-4, 28, 16 and a quarter minutes gone in the last quarter.
Yeah, they're home and hose now, the Bombers. This has been a really good performance from them.
Yeah, and it's been, look, for the Riddle Sporting Club, we just said before, 6 out of the 7 wins today with the netball, with the football.
And about $10,000 profit from vodka cruises over the bar too.
Yeah.
So.
And good luck to them too. Great footy club, have really deserved to bounce back from the start of the season they've had.
So let's see if Timmy can get it cleared this time. Ball goes up, and they've done unbelievably well in the middle of the ground, the Bombers. Williamson fighting hard, but they put their head down the Hawks, and they're going to try and clear it. Out it comes, down out through Toman, who's been absolutely pounced on all day. the other Toman. Oh, there's a push in the back there to Bramley, and the umpire hasn't seen it. Trying to clear it out to the other Toman. And here they go. Kicking it out wide, and Tarkson on his hands and knees, cops one high, and he's going to get a free kick. Dylan Tarkson, who's been one of their best players today, on his right foot looking wide, and now it's starting to open up for him, and that comes down to
Ollie Powell.
Powell brings it in wide, looking for Hayden Ross. Not a great handball. Ross flips down on his hands and knees, looking for someone to give it to. Just pops it up in the air. Out it comes Alchemade again. Out to Trent Stead, who kicks out a flying shot for goal and misses out to the right.
How long did Hayden Ross have he's on his knees in the right forward pocket?
No one
can touch him.
Hawks with the ball. Here we go. Let's get an opportunity to see if they can go from end to end. They need a score. Martin, just pushes them out. And a good mark down out wide of the Hawks. Brings it into the middle of the ground. Now for Toman, who's been manhandled this. Williamson picks the ball up, kicks it short, and there's a great opportunity out there for Hayden Ross. Comes out wide, and here's another opportunity for down here for Lucas Shaw, who's already kicked one today.
He's got Alchemade if he wants him, but no. Turn the back, son.
Once you turn your back, you've got to go back for a shot.
And this is how good it's been for Riddle today. No one has scored.
Have a look on their wrap. This is a fantastic effort.
There has not been a multiple goal scorer today, so they've shared it around. There's nothing Woodend could really do. They couldn't shut anyone down specifically because they've been sharing the load. Well, Lucas Shaw having a ping at his second.
He kicked the first one with a great bit of authority. Let's see how he goes.
18.5 minutes gone in the last quarter to drive another nail into the coffin. He loves it too. Finger to the sky. Well, look how good I am. Lucas Shaw with his second takes Riddle to 9-8. Leading Woodend.
I think the disappointing thing is
4-4-28.
the Hawks aren't showing any fight here. They're just rolling over.
And for a team that's currently sitting second on the ladder, only lost 2 for the season. It's a poor showing, isn't it?
This is what are we, 5, nearly 10 goal turnaround from the first round. I know they said they've got a few out, but every club has, so 10 goals is a big turnaround. Any other scores we got flying at the moment?
Yeah, we have Melton Centrals leading 17-10, 112 to Western Rams, 2 points. Wallen leading 13-13, 91 to Macedon, 5-8, 38. And Diggers Rest leading 9-13, 67 to 5-5, 35 Lansfield.
Great tackle by Tarkson, who just takes off with absolutely no pressure on the mark. Big right foot, looking down there for a big marking contest, and pushed out was Big Mills. But the umpire's going to pay the walls. A pressure, dangerous kick, and the Hawks bring it out through Pazzolari. Oh, we're going to get this right one day. Good kick out, looking for Tommy Pound. Oh, Pound slipped over. Back up he gets. On his right, looking down here for a target. Ball hits the deck. Bomber numbers everywhere. Bazanko. Handballs in the middle. He's dangerous, but it
Tommy
well
back smart.
Bazanko again, but over. Great tackle, and Miranda. The umpire's pinned in for holding the ball.
Bryce Williamson has done absolutely everything today. And has dumped him in the muddiest part of the ground as well to really just drive it insult.
So Tarks is free out here on the wing. He's going to ignore him. He's going to go
Bryce
across
Williamson
the
just goes back to Tommy Eisel. Tommy Eisel.
Gee, they've done this well today.
Has the ball, can go further back if he wants to Reardon.
This is Riddle in full flight when they start switching the ball.
Goes down looking for Tarkson on centre wing. Goes over his head. Oh, it's dropped by Ben Toman.
Haven't they dropped some marks, Woodend, today that they should have taken?
I think Ben Toman thought that Dylan Tarkson was going to get a contest on it, and they just left it.
Sonningham was sitting behind him there just watching as well.
So we've got Steed versus Martin in the ruck here. Martin gets front position. Taps it over the back. Tarkson versus Bramley. Tarkson off the ground, keeps it moving sideways, goes again, this time with Freshieri. Picks up, and he's wrapped up immediately there. Jesse Horton at centre half back for Riddles Creek. So we got Martin versus Steed again.
There was a big size difference here.
This time Steed has front position. Martin grabs out of the rucks, jams it on the boot, goes forward, but it's just too easy there, Tommy Eisel. Tommy Eisel swings it out to the outer side. Looking for and finding Powell. Powell sends it further out wide again to Ross. Ross plays on. There's no pressure on him, just stops on the outer wing. No one's coming anywhere near him. Kicks it inboard and has found Horton. Horton assesses his options. Again, there's no rush here at all. Just chips it back out wide.
So they're just playing it down now.
Yeah, and that's Oscar Basanko takes the mark.
He has been really good from today.
Basanko inboard. Doesn't quite hit the target and picked up by Bovazar. Sends it out further wider again.
There hasn't been a Woodend
Three players everywhere. Chips inside. Oh, it's out the back.
It's a free kick, nearly. No.
But they've gone coast to coast with 25 possessions without Woodend getting near it.
Nowhere near them, and that's really disappointing. I mean, they've just dropped the pressure completely.
So the ball will be thrown in here right in front of the scoreboard, right forward pocket for Riddell.
Nearly need a torch, mate. She's getting a bit dark out here.
Turn the lights on.
Oh, Timmy Martin's copped another cuddle for today. Out they come with our hands on the Bombers.
Dangerous. Said gets out to Tarkson on the left foot.
Oh, no, he's going to pay a free kick against him, and 50. He didn't know. It was unfortunate, but it was a free kick to Woodend, and Dylan Tarkson played on. Kicked the goal. But unfortunately, it was a 50-metre penalty.
Didn't hear the whistles. 22 and a half minutes gone last quarter. Cannot be long to go.
No, absolutely. The game's absolutely roasted now. 9-8, 62 Riddell. Leading Woodend 4-4-28. It can only be an incredibly disappointing day for the Hawks.
Yeah, there's not much more you can say other than that. Look, the ball was lost. That's probably the best thing they've done so far. So the only way to stop Riddell scoring is to lose the ball.
Well,
look,
not sure what to say.
Other than that, like, what Riddell's coaching team has just done everything they needed to do today.
And look, it's Riddell's tenacity at the footy. I mean, it was a big day for them. They needed to win this game to just say we're back and we're here with a bit of vengeance. You know, they've lost some games they should have won. They've all been beaten. I mean, Mountain Central's knocked them over. And we know they can play some good footy sometimes when the things all go well for them. But look, today's their best win for the year by a mile. And here we go again, out by hand.
Bramley sends it down. Finding Toman. Goes inboard. Looking for and finding Fazzolari. Fazzolari plays in. Plays on, but he's just shaked the kick. The loose ball is gathered there by Dumper, who just does that exactly, just dumps it forward. Sonigan misses that mark this time, but he's kicked it out. Finds Travis Martin on his left boot. Out the back for Bovazar. So I've had Bovazar and Fazzolari in the one call. Goes inboard to Tarkson. Tarkson slows it up, switches out wide, looking forward, finding who's the loose player there. Is that Ross?
Hayden Ross.
Hayden Ross again. If it gets up, Steed is running straight to the goal square, and it's gone to Steed.
And in they
cap it off with his second goal. Yeah. He's deserved that, Trent Steed. A huge game from him today. That takes them to 10-8, 68. Woodend 4-4-28. You know, we mentioned in the second quarter when they were missing all those set shots that they could come back to rule it. This is now a reflective scoreboard of what it should have been.
Now, well, it should have been further ahead, to be bluntly honest with you, as you well know, but they are just all over him now. Their runs killed them, and the thing that what would disappoint Woodend, a team that's prided themselves on some really good midfields, they can absolutely flop.
The only thing that's gone wrong for Riddell today was the scoreboard went down for 2 quarters. Other than that, nothing else has gone wrong at all.
Yeah. I think a lot of sides will watch this and see how they can.
And a lot of them will be just a little bit frightened to play in Riddell coming up.
Absolutely.
So 25 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Can't be long left. Up it goes. Ball's hits again. Mills just nullifies it, but punches it forward. Here's an opportunity for the Hawks. They need it now, but Tarkson again. Out to Sonigan. Sonigan brings it out wide. Looking down there for Martin. Martin's got the ball for the Bombers. On his left foot. Looking down there for a target. No one's on the deck. Oh, Sed falls over. Hawks just get it and bomb it forward, but it's a good mark back into Lucas Shaw. Shaw's kicked 2. He got 1 this quarter already. Nice short little hit.
Oh, trying to be too high, surely.
Hayden Ross copped a nice one in the back of the scone.
So Tommy Pound brings it out. That's turned over straight to Ben Sonigan all day long. Goes inboard, finds Cal Williamson with an absolute shocking ball. Drops the ball, sends it on this way. Cal Williamson pops off his day as well.
There's another one.
They're all sharing the love. 11-8, 74 to 4-4-28.
Absolutely zero pressure on them.
Well, how Cal Williamson can drop an absolute soda.
I'm going to say, it's also, you know, it's your day when you do a shank kick like Sonigan did and it falls on the lap of Williamson.
But Williamson still drops it cold and still has time to gather, turn around and still kick it off without anyone's touching him. Set out forward. The 26, they're extending this quarter out just with the sheer amount of goals they've scored in the last 5-10 minutes.
Absolutely comprehensive win here today to the Bombers.
And I think that these guys might give the girls a bit of a shake after this because they're going to give it a fair celebration with such a big win.
I'm glad you said that and they can censor you for that one. Umpire, the last throw. This has to be the last one. Mills, out to Martin. Mills picks it up, throws it over to Alchemade. There it is, and the Bombers had a terrific win. Final scores, Riddell 11-8-74 defeated Woodend. A disappointing 4 goals, 4-28. Goal kickers. We'll go through them. I've got them here if you want to go through. Benny Said's got 1. Dylan Tarkson 1. Trent Stead 1. Oscar Bazanko, 2. Oscar Bazanko 1. Tommy Alchemade's got 1. Callum Williamson 1. Lockie Tarkson 1. Lucas Shaw 2. And Hayden Ross 1 for the Hawks. Well, there's only 3 of them. Dean Bramley has got 1. Tommy Gawthorpe's got 1. And Dan Toman's got 1.
And Joshy Powell.
Joshy Powell, sorry, there's 4 of them. So, yeah, really disappointing day for the Hawks. And they've got a bit of work to do.
And look, you can see now, like, the disappointment is real for Woodend there. Like, they would have come here expecting a hell of a lot more than what they've delivered today, and which is such a disappointing day. This was really match of the round.
It was.
Second verse 4,
yep.
And to come out and produce this, it's just not good enough.
No, it wasn't good enough. And back to the drawing board a little bit for the Hawks. And look, they've been going pretty well all year. I mean, look, put it behind you. It's over now. Look at next week. I don't know who they got next week, but there's nothing you can do about this now. They've just got to address, have a look at it, see where it went down. Look, really, it was their pressure rating, and they got sucked to the football. They played under 10s footy, where Riddell were prepared to switch, and you only got to watch, and the coach will watch this and realise that the switch of play cut them up, and sides will do that. Riddell did this really well against Macedon, and they did it really well today and that's when Riddle's at full flight, when they play brave footy and they're prepared to switch the ball.
And look, for me, the architect of not the whole day, but most of their plays was Bryce Williamson, half back, and he just linked up all the way through the ground, and he was either involved or was the architect of every scoring chain.
You go through the best players for
the top 8. You're not going to have a Woodend player in it.
No,
not in the top 8.
No, not at all. And Benny Sonig and his intercept marking cross halfback. If he didn't get 10 intercept marks today, there was something wrong. We should have statted it up for that. Tread Stead down forward. Oscar Bazanko was really good for him.
Huge second half, Bazanko.
Dylan Tarkson was brilliant for him. Both Williamsons were very, very good. Hamish Everett didn't see much in the second half. Not sure if he was injured. But Nathan Mills and the job they did on Tim Martin, everyone watch how that gets done. Now, Tim Martin got incredibly frustrated.
I reckon the umpires might watch how that got done too.
Yeah, and he got lots of loving cuddles during the day because they pinned him.
He's going to have nightmares tonight, Timmy Martin.
Yeah, and he'll be dirty on that. But they didn't, even when Tim Martin got the opportunity in the centre bounces, he hit it clear, but they didn't do anything with it. Yeah. I mean, when you shut down Dan Toman, not much else is happening in the middle of the ground because that's what they rely on heavily for clearances. So, and you go through it again, like, Nathan Croft in the first half was really, really good. Jack Reardon did a good job. Hayden Ross was everywhere all day. I mean, you're right. Probably the first 8 to 9 players are all Riddle boys. Go over the other side of the fence. Bramley tried hard. I like Tyson Chapman's game. They were getting absolutely smashed in defence trying to come down there and stop that Riddle onslaught. And as we said in the third quarter, Riddle missed everything. Yep. And they should have done a bit better than what they did. So that's about it for the Hawks. There's not a lot of positivities to come out of this one today.
The only positive is that they've got next week.
Yeah.
Like you said, they've got to turn it around, and next week we have them again. We have them at Lansfield Park, a much improved Lansfield Park. I
think they'll do the Tigers comfortably, and they'll be smart enough today.
Yeah, they will be, but you actually got to make it hurt.
Yeah. So you got to remember, Lansfield don't have Tommy Waters and that, and they've got some ruck issues. Yeah, but
they got Benny Bryan up forward, Jack Radford up forward,
and your favourite little player.
Petreski. Don't worry about him.
He's a sensation. But they were slow, and it wasn't that they lost. It's how they lost and the lack of fight they put up for it.
Yeah, so the white flag went up very early, I thought.
And it just every club has days where it doesn't work. Maybe today was the Hawks' day. But anyway, you got final scores else around the ground, and then we'll call it a day.
I'm not sure how up-to-date these are, but online we've got Melton Central's 20 goals, 11-1-3-1, defeating Western Rams 4 points for total at Arnold's Creek Reserve.
That's just on that game. That is really disappointing for the Rams because they're actually going backwards at the moment. And for them to lose to the third bottom or second bottom team by that amount, that is a real concern for everybody at that club.
We don't like keep repeating ourselves. We don't want to harp on how bad Western Rams have been, but we've got to call it out as well.
Facts prove that this is happening, and it's not.
At Green Hill Reserve, Walland defeated Macedon 13-14, 92 to 5-8, 38.
Yeah, well, that's what we sort of expected.
Lansfield Park, Diggers Rest have got over them 12-13, 85 to 7-5, 47,
Well, that's
which
not
shows
as big
Lansfield's
as-
giving them a run, and then obviously today here. So we thank you everyone for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you next week at Lansfield Park. Paul, thanks for your help today, mate. Welcome back from holiday.
And go and call your basketball game now.
Thanks, guys. Cheers a lot.
See ya. Thank you. Bye.